Yes, Michael. Good late night. You gotta do the pizza before anything in the evening. You know you gotta get that done, Mike. Fam. Practice. Ooh la la. It's coming soon. And this week here is just like Brandon Ayuk says, I don't believe anybody can beat us. BA had every right to say that. As a matter of fact, this is why I keep saying when people are trying to find ways to believe that the 49ers are going to lose ball games and not win, I want you to point to that other team and tell me they're so much better. Tell me they're better coached. That quarterback's going to get creamed. Do you realize the defense this team has? So for all those quarterbacks that like to go around to other little weaker teams like the Rams and just beat them up, that's not us. See, that's why I'm not even worried. Any team that comes in and can't deal with the 49ers defense, it's over. Why? Because nobody's going to stop that 49er offense. Woo! But, quarterbacks had a solid outing today. Either Coach Shanahan added some effective dimensions to his offensive plan of the day, or the offense is starting to get a handle on dealing with the defensive monster that's known as the Niners. Gold. Hey, we haven't given the Niners defense a name yet, have we? It's got to be done this year. We say this each and every year. Hey, man, we're going to give that defense a name. Other teams do. We don't. We got to. We do. Because they're worthy of a name. Now they merit a name. Well, they have for a long time. But now they're going to go from we were number one last year. Now there's going to be a margin between number one and who's ever second between the 49ers. As far the stats are going to show the 49ers, we sit here, the gap's going to be down here. I don't care about the Cowboys doing what they're doing. It ain't going to help, Tonight, going to the phones for your reaction as we see what the Niners Bay Area beat writers are observing and reporting regarding Day 8 of Training Camp 2023. And today, the Niners, as I mentioned, held their 8th training camp practice. Shanahan extended today's workout an extra 30 minutes, longer than usual, making today a grueling session, the longest of the preseason so far. When Shanahan, he actually, according to Dave Lombardi was there, and he asked him about that. He did so to get some extra work in for Brock Purdy. We've all been concerned about this because Brock has 8 games. 8 games is all he has, his little thin resume. Granted, they were really good 8 games. But there is so much more for him to learn. And I, for one, want to know where his potential is. Now, you've already had some people say, he's probably reached the ceiling. No, it doesn't work like that. He's 22. Just starting in the NFL as it is. There are some quarterbacks that their game is more fit for the NFL than it is college football. People go back to what he did in college and things like that. They don't have a lot of nice things to say. Some people do. But others say, he wasn't all that, and he wasn't all that in college. Think about this for a minute. He was drafted last. He could have been at UDFA. He might have went totally missed. Then I say to them, some of the quarterbacks that did get drafted in the first round, they should have went totally missed too. Mitch Trubisky's still trying to figure out what he's doing. Anyway, you could go on that argument forever. Anyway, as I say, everybody will return to practice tomorrow, Saturday, before taking a break on Sunday. But speaking of Brock, who's coming off surgery to repair that UCLA in his right elbow, the Niners have been following protocol to bring him safely back into the fold without trying to rush things up. And most people construe that as being getting ready. I don't know. I'm always a little suspicious of those kind of thoughts because we don't have any proof one way or the other. So to assume the worst, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not that wired that way. I'm just not going to do it. I'd rather believe on the best. I know. Because you're delusional, Ronbo. I don't care. I really don't. I'm positive in I'm telling you right now, Purdy was clear from the start of training camp and has been on the field with his teammates for most of the practice. BP said of that arm, yeah, feels good. Second day in a row throwing and everything just like I've been doing really the past month. Arm feels good. Feels like I could continue to keep going. Like you said before, we have a plan of, hey, we're throwing 2 days on, 1 day off, so just sticking to that and going from there. But arm feels really good, unquote. I don't know why he'd have to lie about that. And Brock Purdy does not seem like the guy that's going to lie about that. He already told us early on, look, if it doesn't feel like working, I ain't playing. Fortnite can go in there and say all the while to about, but I don't think that they would do that. You're not going to push him into a zone where he's not going to want to play. But so far, so good. Word is that Brock Purdy will sit down with the 49ers after this week to discuss his progress to determine whether to give the green light on whether he is ready for a full workload. Question is, Mrs. Purdy's baby boy thinking about that first big in-game hit. Bam! Oh, Jesus. You know, I would get up because BP's answer was this, quote, I feel normal when I'm out there, so I feel like I've got to get into a rhythm and play and go through progressions and just play quarterback. It's not really, hey, I have to get tackled here just so I can feel good about my arm. There's nothing like that goes through my mind. So I just play football. I go through my reads and I feel normal. It's not like I'm out there timid, scared about a certain hit, anything like that. So honestly, I feel good, unquote. And Brock, you're making me feel good talking like that. Now, let's go. Like B. Purdy has been saying from the start of the season, though, fam, he has just taught I take it one day at a time, trusting the plan, and doing what he can to improve on the practice field. After such an impressive rookie season, it's kind of easy, though, to forget B. Purdy has started only 8 career NFL games. B. Purdy wasn't even starting no practice. B. Purdy was over there. All right, Trey, Jimmy, let's go. And then it came down to who's the backup there? And then it was just, and even Trey was out. Who was the second? Oh, it was Brock. Brock was the backup quarterback that we didn't think would ever get in. I forgot about that. Jimmy, Brock, okay, and Brock, Jimmy's taking all the snaps, all of them, and Brock's running a scout team. Who does that and comes in and does what he did? So there's a lot of room for improvement and things to work on. In fact, Brock started the day off a bit shaky today and was picked off by safety Tashawn Gibson. BP is aware of that fact, and he said, quote, there's some things that I obviously have to learn from and get better. Duh. He's played 8 games in NFL. And some things that I can continue to build off of and have confidence in. For myself, I feel like I could be better in some areas. Yeah, definitely could. You could have stepped up the pocket and possibly avoided that shot to your arm. Now you know. Just playing faster in the game and stuff, get into a better rhythm, and sort of just get in and out of huddle better in the operation. Stop holding on to the ball. You're holding on to the ball a little too long. Get in on huddle. I'm not, but get rid of that ball, Brock. Get rid of that ball. As soon as you make that read, boom. He'll get it. He's got to. On Thursday, he completed 8 of 10 passes in 11-on-11 drills and followed that performance up with another pretty good completion day on Friday, today. Also, since we're on the subject of recuperating 2022 quarterbacks, Trey Lance, of omitted last season as Niners starter, but went down with a season-ending ankle injury during Week 2, says that it is all behind him now. Lance said about his situation, quote, super thankful and super blessed to be healthy. I'm feeling 100%. I don't really feel my ankle or think about it out there in practice at all, unquote. Good. We got no phobias out there, right? Lance fighting for the QB2 job at this particular hour, though. That's a big difference from last year when he was the undisputed starter. That status change is having no effect on his aggression out there at all, though. In fact, honestly, this may have been therapeutic, like a tonic for Lance. Trey is looking exceptionally good. No doubt about it. Compared to last year, truth be told, he hasn't had any bad days at the 8 training camps. Everybody's had a couple of throws here and there, but Trey's looking a lot better, as many observers are testifying to. There's some things he needs to work on, of course. Lance said, quote, for me, nothing's changed. The last 2 years, I feel like I've attacked in the same way. I feel like I'm in a much better spot myself personally this year than I have been in the past 2 years. But mindset-wise, mentally for me, I feel like I'm not putting that same pressure on myself and practicing the games a lot harder, unquote. So he's always in his own head, right? There is no such, Trey is going to first get rid of Sam Darnold and then go for, because right now Kyle's got it locked in He really believes that his ticket to the promised land is going to be the Brock Purdy. So, I don't know what Trey could do in practice. I'm just saying. I don't know. Maybe he can. But right now, it seems like Kyle is. You saw Kyle panic the other day. Somebody hit. I think we talked about that last. Yeah, who was that? Was that Dre? Greenlaw smacked Brock down to the ground, and Kyle Shanahan has made it clear: do not be taking nobody down to the ground. So Dre, as overzealous as he gets sometimes, I don't mind when he does that. No, I do mind when Dre. His controlled rage and fury needs sometimes to be called in because penalty flags get thrown on him too. But he took Brock down with a boom, and they got him there all right. Shanahan says, "Jesus Christ, I almost freaking passed out. I'm standing on the sideline. I mean, my heart almost. He's going crazy." That tells you, yeah, Kyle's got all his marbles in that Brock Purdy bag. Fam, there's no such thing as training camp MVP, but if there was, Brandon Ayuk would be that guy. I mean, Barry would be the front runner for the award for sure. He hasn't come to work yet, tail dragging for anything. And you look at CMC, well, he's like a machine. Ayuk's keeping up with him. Yeah, and in some cases surpassing him. Happy about that. Going for that bag. And every report points toward our Ayuk being consistently one of the best players on the practice field. So, of course, today was no exception. He was out there doing numbers. But by the way, fam, if you're like me, you were laughing about the Taco Carlton signing, saying things like, here we come with your camp fodder. The man has no shame. He was once a first-round pick. He ought to just go ahead and retire. Taco Carlton, you may have to stop laughing about him. I know I'm going to have to stop. I'm going to wait and see what happens next. But Taco's making plays, fam. Niners signed TC earlier this week, and he's making a fantastic early impression on new DC Steve Wilkes, who said, quote, Taco came off the plane, and he's just making play after play after play the other day. And I was very impressed with that because, number one, we need the reps. But he got in, and he made it seem like he had been here for a week. So he's still learning the defense. It's still going to take him some time, but when he's in there, he goes full speed, which I love. And most importantly, he's just continuing to trying to work on just the fundamentals that we talk about at that position. Go ahead, TC. What you gonna do? You talk about taking a job? Okay, now, here's the biggest question, though. What is going on with Nick Bosa's contract? What the hell is going on with Nick's contract? Fred, we didn't have to wait on that long. They got it done before camp. Debo, George, they were all in camp. What is going on? You start to cause a little nausea and anticipation, anxieties, and things like that. What is it with Nick's contract that just can't get ironed out? Fam, you know what's really killing me, though? John Lynch is routinely talking about how confident he is that the team will get Nick signed. But like you, I'm tired of hearing this. In fact, the offense had a good day today. Could that have been because Nick's teammates are taking their foot off the pedal just a little bit in order to speed the progress of that contract negotiation so he can get back out of the practice field? I know it's far-fetched, but still, I don't want another week to go by. If they go to Vegas without Nick, somebody's going to be really upset. That Vegas trip's about a week or two away. That means things are really stuck in the mud. And at some point before the season starts, contract negotiations have broken down between the 49ers and Nick Bosa. Oh, gotcha, blank. We said that was going to happen. What is it? Oh. You can't go into a season with the NFL Defensive Player of the Year arguing about his contract. You just can't do it. That means that somebody has dropped the ball in the front office. Somebody does not have the skills they need to get past the agent and sign the friggin' paper. I want to be happy and smile all the way, but I get this good feeling all the way down to about here, and then I start to be concerned. Now, I know what you're saying, fam. There's no way in the hell they're not going to sign Nick Bosa, but listen to me. If they were going to sign Nick Bosa sooner, it should have made more sense, right? This is all I'm saying. Don't tell me Nick Bosa's not playing this year, John. And stop coming in here. No, I have every confidence. We're going to shut up. Do it. Yeah. Also, another question: who starts opposite Bosa? Drake Jackson and Cleveland Farrell are among those competing for the starting defensive end spot opposite Nick. Coach Wilkes spoke of the defensive line battle and how the situation might remain murky until the Niners face some competition. Wilkes admitted that by saying this competition is tight. Let me go back. Cleveland Farrell, all right? Remember what we said about Chris Kasurik and the magic he can work with certain people? Could Cleveland be even better dough than what he's worked with so far? We saw Arden Key come in and go from just a mediocre, nobody talks about him anymore, first-round pick off the edge, into all of a sudden run around the league. Yeah, I need X amount of dollars. I got my contract right here. If you just want to take a look at it, you go ahead and sign it. We ain't got to negotiate nothing. By the way, these terms are not negotiable. So he can do that. Coach Wilkes spoke of the defensive line battle and how the situation might remain murky until the Niners face some competition. Wilkes admitted, as I say, by saying competition is tight, and I would say this really for the whole group, and I mentioned this with the staff last night. We're really not going to see a separation or a change until we go against someone else. Because 49ers get tired of playing each other. Every year about this time, they get tired of playing each other. That could be another reason why the defense is sort of like taking it easy. Because the defense is saying, man, give us some new meat, man. Come on, man. We could work our own team for a death. Coach got mad because we tackled Brock the other day. So, you know what I'm saying? We want to cut loose. So Coach went on to say, so I'm excited about here in week that we go up to Vegas and play the Raiders. Raiders, y'all are in some serious trouble. The leash is going to be taken off the 49ers defense, and OMG. So we'll see exactly where we are at that point, and hopefully guys can separate themselves. You got the three guys. They haven't said anything about the other guys, but Cleveland Farrell and Drake Jackson are battling. Okay, we got it down to a couple of guys. See, that paints a better picture. I do like Beal and some of the other guys that we're talking about here, but there has been talk about, Deshaun Jameson. I've been mentioning him all. I keep asking, what's that guy's name out of Texas? Yeah, Deshaun Jameson. Remember the name. You might be buying his jersey at some point soon. Can you imagine? It's getting louder to talk on him. DJ's looking like an excellent undrafted free agent addition. Remember, Mosley was in UDFA. And how bad was it when we saw him leave? He got hurt. But when he was out there, he was hell. D.C. Wilkes was asking about DJ's progress since joining the team. Coach delivered this glistening report to the question saying, quote, very impressed. Very impressed. I see you put emphasis when you say it a second time. What? And I think some of the receivers were talking about him the other day. He has definitely made strides from the spring and just came back and built on his repertoire and just his toolbox. I think the one thing that he's doing with his technique, he's staying more square on his back pedal, which is allowing him to be able to see and visualize more of the field route concepts, see the quarterback, and he's doing a great job of breaking on the ball. Guys at his size, quickness is not a problem. Womack, he uses that. Now you're talking about, this guy's small, but don't let that fool you. Receivers are having hell trying to get past him. His man-to-man technique. He's great at the line of scrimmage, and he's doing a good job at the top end of the route. The point of emphasis I talk about all the time. That's where he got to win. So you see him doing a lot of things, unquote. See, this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about secondary technique, fam. Frontline defense is going to massacre people. You ain't going to have nobody to throw to. If you do throw it, you're going to have people back there taking your stuff down out the air, running back the other way. Can't wait to see it, Dak. Dak, we have some things that you're really not going to appreciate because you have issues with these kind of things I'm talking about. Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Because they'll have to play the 49ers, and that won't be a good thing. All four quarterbacks, looking at some of the highlights, took part in team drills today. Trey and Sam took turns taking snaps with second-team offense every other period. Deebo Samuel made an acrobatic catch over with Travarius in the back right corner of the end zone for a TD. Yeah, it's Deebo. That's usually Ayuk, right? Deebo. He's ready, fam. This is what I'm saying. Anybody who thinks the 49ers are in trouble and refuse to believe the possibility of glory, remember one thing. For all the worry you think that other teams are going to give the 49ers, remember this. All the worry the 49ers are going to give other teams can be doubled as to whatever they're receiving. I firmly believe that. Sam D fired a dart over the middle of Samuel on a slant, and Debo racked up some yak. T. Lance connected with Juwan Jennings in traffic for a 20-plus yard gain near left middle of the field. Yeah! Tayshaun G. As I noticed, he noticed that second INT of camp and fourth overall for the defense off a BP errant throw. It's okay. You got to learn. Throw them into INTs now. Get them right. Get them out of your system. Offensive play of the day, though, Purdy delivered a 40-yard goal ball down the left sideline of GK. Dre Greenwald was all over George. George, get off me. Huh. They're ready, fam. They're ready. Defensive play of the day, the nearly forgotten one. Ambry Thomas had a nice pass breakup on an over-the-middle throw intended for GK. You know how quick you got to be to do those over-the-middle throws? Those are usually short range with a lot of velocity. And George Kittle, he does not play on routes anymore. He will smoke you. And Charles, my dude, listen up, Charles. This is not news you want to hear, but you should. Demo Lenore also had a pass defended, forcing an incompletion to Samuel. Didn't say anything about Ayuk, but Samuel on 11-on-11 drills. Sharpney is picking up out there, fam, as the 49ers get ready to head to Vegas to get Jimmy. Jimmy ain't going to be out there, man. I already know that. They'd be a fool. You got Jimmy has got so many games before he's going to get taken out of the game some way, so you got to be careful with that. Scapelli's applied. Scapelli, what's up, guy? Ronbo, what's up? Tuned in with my little Scapelli. What's up? What's up, dude? Grow up to be a quarterback or a defensive end, okay? Let me get my ears on. I want to hear about Nick Bosa's situation because it's pissing me off. I want to know who you think is going to win the defensive end battle. Is Brock Purdy, is he leveling with you? Are you taking it? Do you have faith that he's going to be okay?
What?
Anything else you want to add tonight? It's open mic night.
What?
It's the Dragon Clan leader himself. Papa, yes.
So what you're saying is you're upset that Nick Bosa is in Florida driving around in his what? His Tesla, not at practice? What? Is that what you're trying to tell me, Ronbo?
I am trying to tell you that. Yes,
Ronbo, how many games has Nick Bosa played in the last 2 years?
Has it been 2 years since he got hurt?
Wait. Let me rephrase that. How many games has Nick Bosa played in the last 2 years where he's getting double and triple covered, held and nicked and clipped?
Slapped and bit? I know.
How many?
I wish I knew, and I wish I had
40. Yeah. 40 games, Ronbo. 40. That's 40 weeks of football. Okay, over the course of 2 years.
And refs don't give a damn. They don't care. I believe they were whisper to the defensive lineman, bite him, scratch him, kick him, do whatever you do. Don't worry about me.
Holding occurs every single play. But the point I'm trying to make is that he's on that field more than any defensive player, just about. He's definitely top 2 or 3 on the field.
Yep.
And he's done it a whole lot. So believe me when I tell you, I probably don't expect to see Bosa until one of the first 2 preseason games. And even then, he'll be in street clothes. Talking about he just signed this deal 5 minutes ago and he's on the field in street clothes. That's going to be Bosa.
That's routine.
So,
you're true. That's true.
You have nothing to worry about. Trust me, Bosa's like, I could be there now beating myself up. But I'm going to keep haggling and keep haggling and keep haggling and I'll pop in there and I'll accept something. That's my 2 cents.
But you know what?
Now,
he doesn't have to. You can sign him and let him stay in Florida and tell Nick, when you feel like coming on in, just let us know. I mean, he's done enough now that I could actually do that with him.
Oh no. Between Jed York and Kyle Shanahan and the Cowboy clique, there's too much of a clicky favoritism thing going on already. You don't need to add to it.
Don't call and tell him that. Yeah, that's a good point.
Don't add to it. Don't even add to it. Just don't.
And then you start other players saying, say what? Coach, you know what? You could have gave me that same phone call. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's
I'm just saying. I'm correct. You know, Shanahan, he leaves Debo alone and he leaves Bosa alone in the offseason. And, Bosa, he comes in just, I guess say 1.5% body fat, and then Bosa,
no,
and then Bosa passes gas. Now he's down to 0.5% body fat. It's just,
he's a machine.
He's about to be the highest player on that team, and he's going to set a 49ers record. And he's not a quarterback. But on quarterback news, we do have some good news today. Our head quarterback was 100% today, 100% in his mind, and that's Kyle Shanahan. So that's good. So those are good things. I wouldn't worry about Bosa. I'm more worried about Shanahan. Again, he's a genius that is susceptible to brain farts. So can he minimize his mistakes this year? Can his scheme overcome what appears to be a leaky offensive line? Let me put it to you this way. I know we all despise Michael Glinchey. But Mike McGlinchey was a very good run blocker. And this is a running football team. One of the best in the game, yeah. Yeah, this is a running football team. And McKivitz is a guard playing right tackle who's not good at run blocking.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
And Burford has not taken that next step yet, right? So we got left tackle, we got a third-year left guard, okay? So we're going to figure out we're going to pay him and let him go next year, and he's in a concussion protocol right now. We got Brenda, who's been a pleasant surprise.
Wait,
but Burford
and Pop, did you just say we're going to have to pay him next year and let him go?
I believe this is his third year. He's a second-round rookie. That's a 4-year contract. So he's either going to play out his contract or we pay him. Now, the 49ers don't do the right thing and pay players before their quote-unquote summer earnings come out for their businesses.
You said left guard, didn't you?
Yes, left guard is Aaron Banks.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about. You really anticipate that next year. He's a second-round pick. That's right.
Yeah, he's second-round pick.
Who you got on the oven? Okay, we can talk about that later. Go ahead with where you were going.
No, he's a good football player. Obviously, I would try to bring him back. I believe in building the trenches and building the offensive line. But the reality is that's not likely to happen. What's likely to happen, there'll be an offensive lineman taken in the first round next year. Now, again, that's what I would do. But again, the 49ers always do the unpredictable. So they'll probably pick a defensive lineman.
I'm going to pass out. If they use that first-round pick for a defensive lineman, I will be.
Write it down, Ronbo. Defensive lineman. And there's going to be. This is my prediction. This is my Swami moment. Next year is going to be defensive lineman, running back in the third round.
Come on, Bob. Don't hold them responsible for the mistakes. Hopefully, they've learned from those accidents.
Whoa! I'm not holding them responsible. I'm just telling you facts.
Okay.
If you want me to paint this rosy, beautiful picture of how wonderful this team is that hasn't won a Super Bowl. No.
Unreasonable.
No, we can talk to Chill Pill Phil.
We'll talk to
Chill Pill Phil about that.
I just want to call you out on that one. There's not going to be a defensive lineman picked in the first round next year.
No. You know what? Okay, you know what? We got a pinky bet going on. Me and you, Ronbo. We're going to bet it up. Bet it up.
Okay.
So anyway, moving forward, let's talk about this season. It's all about the defense. It's all about the running game, but I'm not quite sure if we can run the ball on the right side. That's a concern. That is a concern. I don't care who the quarterback is. I don't. I really don't, because I don't think that any of them is a Super Bowl quality quarterback. But can they still get there and do it? Absolutely, because 7 teams have done it, Ronbo. 7 teams have won Super Bowls with mediocre quarterbacks, and we could be number 8. We could be number 8. The NFC is pretty weak, but I don't want to rest my laurels on that They still got to travel more than anybody else in the league except for Seattle, I believe.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
You know, and their schedule is they're going to get the least amount of rest. That is calculable. So they get the least amount of rest out of all the football teams this year. That's to be considered. I do think that Purdy is rushing back, and the Niners are rushing him back, and the doctors, everybody's rushing him back. But based on what I'm hearing, his arm looks the same as it did last year, which is disappointing.
See, well, let's wait. Give him some time. He hasn't had any workout really this year yet. So I'm
saying I'm disappointed because I believe that Purdy can get a lot better, but you can't get better rehabbing
easily.
Right? Like Trey got a lot better this summer because he found the right quarterback coach. But I mean, Purdy's been pretty much rehabbing the whole time.
Yeah.
Right. So we don't know what Purdy's. I don't know what Purdy is right now. I got 7-game sample size is what I got. So I got a quarterback with 7. You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of Matt Flynn. Matt Flynn. I'm done.
Bob,
but
yeah, you know what, Bob? You and Charles, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to get you guys during the season. Because I'm going to remember these comments. And during draft night, Pop said draft night, the first round pick should be probably be defensive lineman. All right, so
I said it last. That's what I called it. Now listen, I want to give some shout outs real quick. Shout out to production. Shout out to Ronbo Show. I love what you do. You are the man.
Thanks,
shout out to Jalen. Shout out to Ellis. Shout out to the Big Show. Shout out to Tony. Shout out to Tony. Shout out to Tony. And also shout out to Chill Phil.
I knew you'd go there.
But again, I hope that Chill Pill will put a smile on your face. I didn't mean to. I'm just saying. I'm looking at it realistically.
No. I like debating these things with you because later on I can say, "See, Pop, I told you about that." So you do,
dude. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, Ronbo. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But week 8's coming up.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins on last year of his deal. Hey,
Bob,
everything is lined up for Kirk Cousins, Rumble.
I was saying you next week. We're not doing Kirk Cousins. All right, Bob.
Dude, if we get Kirk Cousins, I'm buying you a Kirk Cousins jersey.
No, I will.
And you got
no. All right.
Are you a Niner fan or not?
No. If you get it, I'll have to wear it. But I'm just saying, I'll have to explain that every time I put it on. Anyway, but
if you're a Niner fan, if he stands upright the whole season and throws for his normal 4,000 yards and 30-something touchdowns, you'll be happy.
Well, I can't argue that.
But I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. If I ran Kirk Cousins over with my van, I would stop and back up and go over his ass again.
That's just mean. All right, Pop. Always a pleasure. Give my best to the Dragon Clan and Mama Dragon. I'll see you shortly.
All right, man.
Hey, yo, Bill. Defensive lineman in the first round. Kirk Cousins is coming to be our quarterback. Boy, Pop. Hey, Bill.
What's up, my Ronbo? I have a moment of silence for a
Louis Armstrong.
someone that we need to have a moment of silence. Every Niner fan needs to have a moment of silence. Now, what I'm about to say, this life ain't for everybody. Being a Niner fan is not meant for everybody. If you can't take the heat in the kitchen, don't wear the jersey. Don't be a fan. Now, what this is for tonight decide to move on and be with the Falcon fan. Decided to live in Georgia and decide to have a baby with a Cowboy fan. This is not a lie. That baby she had was with a Cowboy fan. Didn't want to break it out too soon. Didn't want to spill the beans. I let things ravel as they should. And with that being said, I had moved on. I had found a wonderful lady. Her name is Denise. And I'll put it like this. You Cowboy fans, you're really dirty. A lot of you are really dirty. But I can understand you knowing that you'll never be in a Super Bowl to win one. If you go lose one. But with that being said, Kirk Cousins, Brock Purdy, no matter who we got, let this be momentum to win it all this year. Got to win it all. It just everything circles. It has to be. So
We are
See, Ben,
indeed built for that. Yes, I agree.
yeah, she left all the Niners stuff she had. She gave it up. She didn't want to pick up that life.
Bill, this is really sad news. You two seem to be very tight couple, and I did wonder after the fact how quiet you were about the baby arriving and everything. But I didn't. That's why I didn't ask you any questions about Shania for the last few months. And lo and behold, here comes the ugly truth. I'm so sorry for you, Bill.
Yeah.
Better things are happening for you later.
Yes. I let things ravel as they should. And I saw it coming. She, year after year, of getting robbed. She broke. Couldn't handle it. Thinking grass is greener on the other side. And what has the Falcons ever won? I hate to put the Falcon fans out there. They haven't won a Super Bowl. They blew a 28-point lead in a Super Bowl. That would be the least team you would want to ever represent if you never were, a football fan. And it's pretty. It is what it is, and let this be inspiration for the 49ers to go out and win it. And what better way? And I know I hate to say this, but I would love the Cowboy fans to believe that they're going to the Super Bowl. I want the whole world to believe that they're going to the Super Bowl. And I want to meet them on the NFC Championship and see them eliminated, to see their tears in the Cowboy Stadium. So soothing will that be? There's a lot of stuff that transpired in Texas. Not going to spill it out right now. I'm just going to say this. They really played dirty. So they took it personal. They took it personal in our lives. Took shots, personal shots in our lives. They caused a lot of stuff to transpire. And later on, I'll be able to spill more beans. But as of now,
hey Bill, don't dwell on this and get in deep with it. You know what I'm saying? This is like what may have happened may have been a blessing. Okay, so now a lot of times you got to go through the darkness to see the light. You can look forward to things getting better because you feel like you've already hit rock bottom, right? So what you do now is start getting back into a routine that makes you feel good. Eat a lot of comfort foods, work out, do everything you can to erase this, and before you know it, bingo, you're back in the saddle again. Okay. We're not gonna be
no,
okay
I'm not
this year, so it's a
dwelling.
perfect year.
I'm not dwelling on the past. Is what I'm trying to say is a lot of the Cowboy fans have taken a lot of personal shots, and they still are taking personal shots at me, even though she's gone.
Right.
In a lot of ways,
I know.
taking shots at my housing situation, taking shots at everything else like that. They're just taking a lot of personal.
Bill, we're gonna have to go, but listen, you hold your head up high and you just stare right back at them with all the pride in the world. You're gonna be okay.
I'm good. Give
And
me
you're
a
gonna have something
Niners
to brag
shout
about
out.
soon anyway, because the Niners are gonna kick ass.
Yeah,
this year, right?
give me a Niners shout out, and we're gonna win it all. and I want to see the Cowboy fans cry.
Yeah, that's
You're
gonna
not
come no
shaking
matter
me.
what. Bill, let me give you that holler right now. Niners! You got the whole fam. We support you, Bill. It's gonna be okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Bill. I'm here for you. Hey, we'll be back later on and be looking to hear from you. Okay. Don't do anything crazy.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Bill. Yeah, he's in a real bad place right now. He taught me how to pronounce his name the other day. Guerrero. Hola, Ronbo. ¿Cómo está, mi amigo? Let's go Niners. Pretty good. Pretty good. Is there gonna be t-shirts that say pretty good? That was pretty good. Every time, hey, that was pretty good. There's always comedy, man, right? Hey, Mark.
What's up, Ronbo?
Mark, man, we're just sitting here looking. Mark, you know what? I hate to be the guy that's. Everybody feels confident Nick's going to sign. I'm confident. I am. I really don't. I just don't want to be thinking about it all the time. I want to all of a sudden my phone notification. Oh, okay. Okay. Finally, God. But like Pop just pointed out, it also made me feel even better. Nick Bosa takes more punishment. It's almost criminal. There's a lot of teams that need to be brought up on charges and taken to court for some of the things they did to Nick Bosa, and the referees right along with him for allowing it. You know, Nick Bosa's, there's two ball games going out there, Mark. There's the ball game between the 49ers and the other team, and there's a game between the other team and Nick Bosa. And some of that crap ain't right. And it's not being looked at. I mean, all of us. I had a petition going around Twitch. I put the film up showing Nick Bosa egregiously being abused, and the ref is just looking at it. The camera caught the ref looking at it, and he's not doing a damn thing. He's not doing a flag or anything. I said, they're trying to even that playing field out there by neutralizing Nick Bosa to a degree so as to provide for the entertainment value of the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Well, Ronbo, I just want to say, Bill, don't let this, get to you. We all got love for you as an Niner fan. Keep your head up. Ronbo, one thing I think you know about this, but your show does keep us lifted. Some of the worst times I've had in my life, earlier in the year, I was going through a lot, and only your show would keep me, happy. And even when the 49ers were going through all that misery, you always found the light spot, and I do appreciate that. And Bill, just keep your head up, and you'll be okay.
My pleasure. Good words, Mark, for Bill. But my pleasure, fam. Anytime I can get together and smile with my fam, I'm just delighted. So, Mark, I'm glad you're feeling it, and I will continue to try to do so.
And Ronbo, I don't think the fans should be that worried. I mean, Ronbo, it's Nick Bosa. It'll be a fool not to pay Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
So I think we should just calm down. He's working out. He's saying, well, he's probably not working out. They don't want him to get hurt.
No, not
but
in the field. He's working out in Florida.
Yeah, so, I mean, we should all just calm down. He's going to get paid before the season starts. He's going to play week 1. I don't think we should, get all crazy. Ronbo, in high school, this is great, Dre Greenlaw. In high school, Ronbo, I played cornerback. I played linebacker. Ronbo, this is what I always like to model my game. This physical, mean player that just likes to hit. I've always wanted to model my game by this.
Mm-hmm.
But he shouldn't be putting hands on our quarterback. I mean, come on, Dre. Don't put.
No, he just gets fired up and goes psycho mode.
Yeah,
that's okay
what I like.
against the other team.
Like that, Right. Yeah. He's going to have a breakout year. Well, I think I hate to say it, but I think he's going to hurt somebody seriously bad. And they're going to start calling him one of those dirty players.
I know. Even if it's a clean hit, it may have been extremely violent, but they'll say, he's known for that. Yeah, that always happens.
Yeah. And another thing, Ronbo, I'm with you on this. I don't understand why these fans have so much bad to say about. I mean, listen, I understand. Granted, Kyle did mess up a lot. Yeah, that's not being debated here, but I mean, look where we came from. We came from nothing. Well, I remember every time people say get rid of Kyle Shanahan, I remember those games remember the 2018 game against Green Bay. Rumble, after those games, Rumble, I would just sit there like in a blank with a blank face. I don't want to go back to that.
Mm-hmm. Jimmy Tom Sula, Chip Kelly.
Right.
Whew,
Yeah,
man, that
then
was
we
rough.
expect to beat up on teams. I don't want that to go away. These guys come in here and they talk about the same issues. Like Papa Dragon said, Kyle, he sometimes he has these little brain dead moments. But I don't think we should get rid of him. I mean, they talked down on Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, he's a humble guy. He's already said, listen, I'm going to be out, I'm going to take my time to be patient with this. I think he'll let us know when he's healthy or not.
Yeah. And when he's not.
There's no reason for people to talk bad about him or Trey.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and Mark, add Darnold to that.
Yeah.
No matter what Darnold does every day, people, Sam Darnold sucks. Remember him with the Jets? Remember him with the, I says, let us give Sam Darnold a break and let him have a clean slate like everybody else. If he comes in and stinks it up in our camp, go to work on him. But if he does it, there's no reason to continue to call on what he's already done. Let it go. Yeah. Let's see what he does now.
So I'm tired of hearing the same stuff from the fans. They say the same things every show. So with that being said, Ronbo, I'm probably going to be done with the all season. I'll probably get to you probably when the preseason starts, which is next week, August 13th, after the game. I think I probably won't be in the all season programs no more because of these fans. They say a bunch of bullshit that makes no sense, and this will just take a little break off of it. But I will definitely be there. I think next week is our first preseason game, 13.
Is it 13? We go to Vegas in the middle of 13. Is it that soon? That is soon.
August 13th. That is real soon. So I'll probably be there then. I'm probably going to be done with the all season. It seems everybody talks about the same stuff. And
well, you know what? I'm glad that before you take a break, I'm glad that you came in and made it clear that you oppose all the negativity. And we're still getting a lot. But, Mark, just for argument's sake, realize that we've been through a lot of trauma. We have been knocking at the door. You're standing outside a place, and it's cold outside, and you finally made it through all the cold. You got to the door, you're knocking on it, and ain't nobody home. Or worse than that, they won't open the door for you. It's frustrating. Yeah. And a lot of people take that real deeply.
It is very frustrating.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, and I get that too.
So we'll be okay.
We should just enjoy it a little bit more.
Yeah, it's hard to win.
We've been through. Yeah. Okay. Yep. All right, Ronbo. Well, when's the next time you're gonna be on?
Yeah, Mark. I may be out a little while too. In fact, depending on what I find out here in the next 24 hours. But listen, I'm gonna try to be back for the game for sure. But yeah.
All right, Ronbo. I'll talk to you then.
Shortly. All right, fam. Night, Mark. Hang in there, man. We'll be okay. Yeah, I'm starting to understand it. I've been going through this. I was like positive even when we had Jimmy T and Chip Kelly. We only won 2 games. Although it got tested finally, we only won 2 games that year. And thank God the Rams are in the NFC West. Or else we wouldn't have won any games that year. We might have been 0 whatever. But the Rams, as long as they're in LA, we can always count on at least a win. Jalen!
Cliff got the boot. Pete still chewing on that goop. Yep. And Sean McVay play call like poop. It stinks, Ronbo.
I agree.
Shout out production. Shout out Big Show. Shout out to the goofball Rudy. Shout out Chris. Keeping that buffoon in check. Shout out Tony from Atlanta, keeping the chat in check. And shout out to the main man himself, Ronnie Mac, Ronbo Sport. How you doing, Ronbo?
Thanks, Jalen. I'm doing all right. I'll feel better when they stop assing around with Nick's contract. I understand what Pop's saying about don't worry about Nick. He'll be fine. If anything, he needs a rest from all the abuse he takes all year long. But I do really want somebody to look into the Nick Bosa situation and fix that, at least some. But anyway, yeah, that's where I'm at.
Ronbo,
got a few people.
Ronbo. I don't understand why people are knocking Brock's only weakness is his arm strength. People are acting like that's not like something that can easily be fixed. Now, Ronbo, granted, I know that weightlifting isn't gonna get you a Patrick Mahomes or a Josh Allen arm, but definitely adding a couple of pounds from lifting could maybe add 5 extra yards to your throwing max. I mean,
Might be
let's
asking a
just.
little bit much,
I
but
mean,
still.
let's just
Overall
get that
strength.
boy on some of that. We could just put him on that Popeye spinach and that Salisbury steak. Get that boy on some weights, and his arm strength to be fine, Rumble. I mean, how many stocky quarterbacks do you see with weak arms, Rumble? All the quarterbacks with weak arms, they look at how they built. Kirk Cousins, Tua, they built like, they're not
And,
the biggest guys.
and look at it's a natural thing, though, fam. And look at Patrick. Patrick's got a soft, tender looking body, and he can throw that thing 100
I mean,
miles.
some guys like him and Aaron Rodgers, they just naturally talented. But when
That's
you look
it.
at guys like
It's
Josh
a gift.
and Justin and Cam Newton, I mean, even Russell Wilson is a stocky dude. I mean, all the big, strong looking guys, even Colin Kaepernick, Ronbo. I mean, all the strong looking guys got strong arms, Ronbo.
You know, you mentioned all those guys. You mentioned the baseball players too, as is Brock actually.
We give Brock on some weight on a weight plan, which, I mean, Rombo, the 49ers, I don't know how they do it. 1 year with them, and you look like a Greek god. I don't know how they do it.
I know Javon Kinlaw. Javon looks like a whole new different body out there. It's being
I mean,
professional. You got to train.
They can get him on a weight program, Rombo. That's strength. Arm strength isn't a problem that's unfixable, Rombo. If he can get his bench max to 320. Come on now, Ronbo. Here, that footballer feel like a feather to him.
Yeah, but you know, I think that is overrated how bad his arm is, actually. Last year, people were crying about how bad his arm was. He was still drilling the ball downfield. He was George Kittle in the back of the end zone. He wasn't at the the 60-yard line, 50 yard. I mean, the thing is, I think Brock Purdy, what his skill is, his judgment and ability to know when to throw the ball and where to throw the ball more than anything else.
And also, Rombo, he can protect himself behind the line of scrimmage. That gets very overshadowed. He does it better than Trey. I'm gonna say it right now. I think he does it better. I think he moves behind the line of scrimmage better than Trey Lance.
Well, he's got quickness over most. Actually, he might be the quickest at doing that in the NFL. Nobody's got that.
That's what I'm saying, Rombo. Yeah. That's a underrated trait of his. Nobody talks about that.
And Trey, how many times you see Brock, a dude go to grab him, and Brock just shifts backwards, moves the dude out the way, and still throws the ball? That's not easy.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's not easy, Rombo. That's why I'm saying, Rombo. He the future. I'm sorry, Trey. Kyle, you got lucky. You lucked up with this one. You lucked up with him. You get that boy on some weights, Rombo. Get that NFL weight on that boy. Hey, I'm telling you. He'll be. I mean, look at him at 225. He'd be a beast. He'd be a beast, Rombo.
What does he weigh now?
I think like 215 to 220.
Is Brock that heavy? I didn't really. He doesn't look that big, but he has got a big neck. He's, I don't know. Got to be careful. I don't want him to get too bulky so he can't throw the ball though.
Yeah, I mean, it also depends on like his height as well.
Yeah.
I mean, if he 6 foot 225, yeah, that's too big. But how tall is Brock? Like 6'1"?
I think so. But when they say that,
I mean, that's. Oh well. I mean, 6'1", 225 isn't bad. That isn't bad.
Didn't Kaepernick
you can still move around?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Cap was 6'4".
No, Mom, I think Cap coming into the league was like 6'5", 230. That man was a boy. Rombo. Cap was a man.
Cap used to tell people that's my thing working out.
Dude, I don't know what happened to him, Rombo. When he came back and he was skinny, it hurt.
Remember,
it was like seeing Batman.
The lady he got with? She turned him into a vegan. How you gonna be a football player and be a vegan?
Yeah, that ain't it. That's not it. Rombo, I looked at Kaepernick's stats not too long ago. Cap really only had one bad year. And that was that year with I think it was Tom Sula.
Yeah.
Other than that year with Chip Kelly, He threw like 16 touchdowns to like, I think 4 interceptions. Of course, the team wasn't good, but he was efficient.
Yeah, because
Then any other year besides that, he was with
that's why I was grateful
Harbaugh and
for
he
the
did
Rams.
good.
That was the only 2 wins that year. Them sorry ass Rams. That I had to. I can laugh about that now. It wasn't funny that year, but now it is. Bad as we were, the only 2 wins we had was against the Rams.
Ronbo, do you think Kaepernick was blackballed? Do you
Yes.
think he was able to actually still? I think he was able to still play in the league, Ronbo.
Yeah.
I think Cap could have still played in the league. Damn it,
No,
I
there's no
think he
doubt
still
about it.
should have been playing for us. Now, yeah, Ronbo. I looked at Ronbo. His stats was they were worse than what they seemed, Ronbo. I mean, they were worse than what people. I mean, not worse.
Jalen,
People made them worse than what they actually were.
True, but you got to know, anytime you cost the owners money, you are blackballed. I don't mean that.
Yeah. He
He
was a prick. Now, don't get me wrong on that. He was a prick. Don't get me wrong. He was cocky and arrogant and a prick. But I mean, so was Aaron Rodgers. I'm not saying he Aaron Rodgers, damn it, but he did beat him. He did beat him. But
badly.
Yeah.
I clocked that out. Let me.
Ronbo, at the end of the day, we still the kings of the West. Kyle and need a 2-year rest. Gene D and Rudy can keep on signing to the 49ers. What they gonna be, Ronbo? They gonna be the best. Man, let's not forget, y'all. Nick Mullins beat the Raiders on national TV.
Right for the God.
This just wasn't some game you could catch on local listings in California. Nah, it's a Thursday night.
Yes.
Everybody saw this. The people in Ghana, West Africa saw it. Ukraine, Siberia,
Iceland,
Russia. Damn it. Brittany Griner told me about it in Russia. She saw it. Boy, Ronbo, everybody saw that beat down. Let's get up out of here.
All right, fam. Have a great night. It's going to be okay. All right. Now, Jay. Hey, E. Okay. Hey, Brian, bring the law in. Hey, Brian.
49ers, red and gold. Staying with them Niners until I'm dead and cold.
Yes.
Screaming them for the Niners all the way from the Mid-South because the law says know your role and shut your mouth. What it is, Ronbo.
It is time to start thinking more positively about this ball club. There is nothing to fear out there but our own fear itself. Look at the other teams. And Brian, that's what I'm always saying. Look at the other teams before you decide that we have no shot. Some teams don't even have a quarterback. So if we find things wrong with our quarterbacks, any one of them, we should know that, listen, it's not as bad as most teams. And this team has a supporting cast to Band-Aid any deficiencies pretty much. The quarterback isn't so bad that he can't get the ball to the players or just hand it off. And that's all we probably really need. He'll come up with his own plays. It would be nice to see a quarterback, though, ad lib on occasion just to give us that confidence that if things do break, he can fix it. But other than that, Nick Bosa, I don't want to cry about that too loud because people, Ronbo, man, you know what he was saying. I know, but just do it, please. And also Taco Charlton. I mean, Taco's doing some good ball out there. Does he have a chance to make this ball club? Go Taco!
Ronbo, I from what I hear, Ronbo, I think he do. Ronbo, did you know that they were also looking at possibly they looking at running a 5-man line defensive?
Wow.
An odd front. Can you imagine that, a 5-man front?
That.
Yeah, I saw something today. I saw something today.
Name the 5 guys you're going to put up there.
Ooh, man. Well, of course, Bosa,
Eric,
Eric,
Javon,
Hargrave, Kinlaw. You can go Jackson. Farrell,
Cleveland.
those guys, Farrell. Yeah, and put Taco in there. I heard Taco's been doing, his
Well, now you got six.
in rotation. Yeah, but you can the sixth guy. You can just put him in rotation because you're gonna need depth. And I wouldn't,
or they're going to see a linebacker shift at just before that ball snapped. Because they've already claimed they're going to blitz a lot this year, and Dre Greenlaw's already telling everybody. Yeah. I don't know why he did that, but Dre Greenlaw can't wait because how Dre likes to hurt people. I like football players like that. Drake will do anything to get at that quarterback, and those kind of guys, though, they end up getting hurt a lot. But Drake's going to launch himself like a missile on every shot he gets a chance. If Wilkes gives him the green light, all right, Drake, your number's up. Do your thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ronbo, like my former defensive coordinator from college told me, he said that the best pass defense is a pass rush. Because the quarterback can't throw it on his back. He can't throw the pass on his back.
And in a big hurry.
And I think we got a front. I think our front is unlike others. And I forgot. And before I get far in the conversation, I want to send a shout out to Bill and his situation. Hopefully God will heal him, touch him and cover him while I'm at it.
Yeah. Good.
I also want to, and on that same prayer list, I want to put out these select few guys, Marketing Pro and for dementia. Hopefully you can clear that, find a cure for the dementia.
I've always been a fan of praying for people that you don't appreciate. You got to tell them to
Pro,
pray for you.
Yeah. Texas boy, the delusion, that delusion running rapid, Ronbo. I mean, they got to understand. The Cowboys got to understand they cannot go to the playoffs without permission. You know how it is when you were coming up. There's some things that you couldn't. You wanted to get that cookie jar, but you couldn't get that. You just couldn't get that cookie jar. You had to ask your parents. You had to get permission. Yeah. Same way with the Cowboys.
Yeah, they do.
We don't whoop them in the last 2 years during the postseason, so they know they can't go to postseason without permission from us now. Anybody else? If it ain't from us, it ain't gonna count.
Mm-hmm. And Dak was out there messing up the other day, from what I understand, in practice. He's throwing INTs and the back. And Dak came and told everybody, "You see, I'm going to I'll be a lot better this year." And also, we're going to give the ball back to Dak. The coach is going to give Dak the responsibility of running that offense. Just give him select plays and let him do his thing. Unlike last year, I said, go ahead, let him have it. I can't wait.
Rumble, what do you think about having the Cowboys and the Steelers in the same year?
I know the league is
unheard of.
Yeah,
they're trying to set us up, Rumble. They're trying to set us up. Well, that's fine. We just gonna mow them down, Rumble. We just gonna mow them down. Pittsburgh I respect them, whatever. But come week one, it's business. Business is business. We come in the Heinz Stadium and take something.
And they could have put the Patriots in there too, because that would have made it already. That made the whole finish the whole thing.
Yeah,
because
why don't you do that?
Yeah, should have did it. Put them all on each other's schedule. Yeah.
Yeah, we love to travel. We love to travel from one end of the continent to the other. We got plenty of frequent fly miles anyway.
But with a decent break between the games, I think we got some back-to-back games we have to bounce East Coast, West Coast. They did that on purpose.
Yeah. Ronbo, right quick, who would you like to open up week one? If it was up to you, who would you want to open up with?
Let's see. I like to say the Rams for later in the season when we need a boost.
Dang.
No,
I'm talking about who would you want to open up with at quarterback to start with?
Oh, quarterback? No, I honestly, I'm going to go with. The thing is, if you're going to be ethical about this, Brock deserves that spot. He earned it last year.
Yeah.
So if he's feeling okay, I'm giving him the nod.
Yeah.
For now, because if he messes up, okay. But the thing is, Brock went and did what he did, and that tells me enough. Okay, and if he falls down, then I got to make a change. But I'm going to open up with Brock.
Yeah. I would say it, hey, he got us in the, it's because of the streak. The streak got us in the playoffs. Remember we started off 3-4? We was like 3-4, 2-4, something like that.
I think we was at
And
500 when he finally came in.
Yeah.
But yeah, we started out bad, yeah.
And fate, the injury, the injury bug, got hold to us, and we put Brock in there, So, but I tell you, Coward, what's the guy name from the Herd? Coward.
Colin Cowherd.
He said, Colin Coward. Yeah. He said he would like if it was his choice, he would open up with Brock Purdy because he's cheap, he's efficient,
I love when people
and he's
mention that, right?
productive.
And basically, people aren't saying much of. A lot of people still don't think he knows what he's doing or that he's a good quarterback. I've seen too many plays by that.
I don't know
kid.
what they're looking at. What are they looking at? What are you looking at?
I'm not sure. A lot of people think it was a fluke. I saw too many plays that I really appreciated and never seen before. I'll never get over that that fake right, fake left, come back to the middle. I said, who taught him that?
Up in Seattle. I was looking. I'm like, man, if I was a cameraman, boy, that shot, I would have lost that shot.
Yeah,
but that's the scheme but that's the scheme ability of Kyle Shanahan. That's what it's. Shout out to him on that.
Well, he
just got it. We just got to get us over to the top.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the salaries. Of our guys, there's a site that has like all their salaries and stuff, and they tell you where they expired. Like I'm telling you, like around 2025 and 2026.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to make some decisions.
You got sooner than that.
The high end guys.
But
the high end guys like Fred Warner and Trent Williams.
That are getting up there. Trent's probably going to retire.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about George.
Fred. Armstead, and of course Hart. Hargrave. We got a little bit.
We got him.
George Kittle.
We're going to have to stop though, fam.
2016 and 20. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've had him for a while. So he's got to still be productive. All right, fam.
Yeah.
I'll see you in just a bit. All right.
All right, Ronbo. Shout out to you. Shout out to Faithful, and shout out to production. And the law is out. Oh, and don't forget, Roger Craig. He's in the last stages of being in the Hall of Fame.
Yep. So,
everybody log into the new website. Give him that damn gold jacket.
Damn it.
I'll let you,
right.
Ronbo.
All right. Appreciate you, fam. Night, Brian.
All right, Ronbo. Hey, when you coming back? Sunday?
Yeah, not sure. I'll probably have to announce that online. Oh, yeah. No Sunday for this week. I know that for sure. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. I'll get back to you on that.
Well, whenever. I'll just. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right, Ronbo. Later.
All right. Night, Brian. Hey, yo, KC. Oh, Case 49. I always do that. Case 49. Come on in.
Kinlaw versus everybody. Kinlaw, baby. What's going on with you, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, the way we smile is the 49ers stop fooling around with Nick. And even if he doesn't come to work out, just get that done. It's just really hard to relax.
Oh, yeah.
Until that's over.
Yeah.
Because we didn't take this long with anybody so far. Nick's the longest one.
Hey, Kinlaw going crazy right now. Kinlaw said, man, F y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out for vengeance. You know what I mean? Like, that's funny. Like, just imagine if Kinlaw have a good year, Ronbo.
I'm looking forward
to it. You know
what
I'm saying? Like, he going to be talking his smack for real.
Yeah, he does it well, don't he? What?
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, good. I'm kind of concerned about Nick, man. It's like, I think this might actually drag on a little bit, Ronbo. Like, honestly.
See, that's. I don't want that. Because he needs to get a few bumps, build a callus.
When I'm looking at this situation, it's like it's edge rushers out there right now that's had like 10 sacks last year that's not even signed, and it's almost looking kind of like the running back situation. How
that's how it.
Saquon and Jacobs and all of them can't get paid. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Like, it's almost the defensive end position is almost heading towards that situation. Like, what if it drags on into the season? Like, I heard that they was waiting for like other people to get signed and stuff like that. Like, he might be waiting for who is it? I forgot who it was that's about to get signed. I don't know if it's Max Crosby or somebody like that is about to get signed, but
Edge rushers?
he waiting for somebody else
Is
to
Crosby
set their market so he can crush their market. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy right now.
Actually, Judon just got paid. He had a $12 million raise. He's up there. What was he? What Judon was only getting $6 million? Wow, he was talking about underpaid. Judon's bad.
That's crazy,
That boy
right?
is terrible.
That's crazy. And plus, it's like we getting to look at the defensive line without him right now. So they getting to see how other people is playing. You know, Taco coming in. There's other people out there. I don't know, man. John Lynch and them, they might be scratching their head like, how much are we really about to pay this man at this position? Like, they got to redefine the cap for that position right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of got me a little bit concerned. I'm not really concerned because it's Nick Bosa, you know what I mean? And he's the best in the game at his position, so I'm not really concerned. But
Plays
at the
all
same
4
time,
downs.
it's like
Stops the run effectively,
you know what I'm saying?
disrupts, takes a quarterback, has him worried the day before they play. Yeah, you got to sign Nick Bosa.
And it's like, if you listen to, because I was watching, who was it? I think it was like Lombardi or Grant or something. They came out with little interviews with the coaches.
Mm-hmm.
And if you listen to Koceric, you know what I'm saying, when he started talking about Nick Bosa, he was like, oh, yeah, Nick, you know, he don't want to put in all this work just to get a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? He already at the top of his game. So it's like he just kind of just chilling right now. But if you listen to what Coach said when he was talking about Nick, it's like his whole breathing changed. Like, he was nervous talking about Nick. Like, you can go back and watch that interview. He got nervous when he started talking about Nick. Like,
Yeah,
oh man, I think I'm saying too much. I ain't supposed to be talking about it. Yeah.
Well, you know, because they don't let those guys, coaches and everybody. I mean, Fred Warner was doing an interview, and I remember whoever the interviewer was, he said blah blah blah, and Fred said, "Yeah, I didn't know that." He says,
Right,
"Wow,
exactly.
Hey, you guys,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
on a
they
need-to-know
talk
basis
about-
is what they let people know.
Right.
That's it."
Exactly. And just like when Brock came back, like, some of the players ain't even know he was back. They were like, "Oh, he back? Oh,
Yeah,
okay, yeah,
right.
yeah. That's good."
I
But
think
that
that's
brings
what
me
Fred
to
was
my
talking about that day.
next subject, Ronbo. Like, we got a Super Bowl team, man. Everybody talking about Super Bowl. I heard y'all talking about the frustration, and that's right. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fan base is frustrated. We got misdirected anger right now. Everybody is choosing sides and got pitchforks and knives out at each other, you know, because,
God.
you know what I mean? Because we just tired of going to the championship game and losing. Like, yeah, it's so wonderful, but
get
you know,
taken
you
out
can't
earlier
really,
then. Yeah.
you can't really come too hard on Shanahan because we know you got to get to the dance before you get to the big game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you can't get to the Super Bowl, you know, if you don't get to the playoffs first. Everybody like, I want a Super Bowl now. You know what I'm saying? Like spoiled kids. Like, I understand, like, you want your Super Bowl, but you got to get to the playoffs first. It's a process. And I'm just like,
yeah, it is really hard.
It's very hard. It's very hard. So I'm just like, do we have what it takes to win the Super Bowl this year? Can Brock win us a Super Bowl, Ronbo?
Yes. Brock could have won us a Super Bowl last year. I mean, even in as much as he knew last year, the team was a machine. It wasn't about Brock. It wasn't about any one individual on that team. The 49ers were a machine. But the Eagles knew just how to break it. All right, we go take this little part right here and break it. Now they can't roll that machine on our ass, you know. And that's exactly what happened.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Like, Brock came into a really good situation last year. You got to admit that, Ronbo.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He came into a really good situation. The team was clicking. You know, he had everything to gain and nothing to lose. He was a 7th round comp pick. You know what I'm saying? Like, how offensive, you know what I'm saying? So he came out on fire. He had the mojo, you know?
And had Christian McCaffrey to make sure if anything went wrong, it won't.
He had the mojo. But can he keep that mojo up? That's what separates the greats from the not so greats. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? A lot of people have had fast starts, but can they continue that mojo when you the starting quarterback? Now you got the pressure on you. Now it's up to you to win the Super Bowl. So will we see that same mojo? Yo, 7 days, man.
That's a good point.
7
though.
days, Ronbo. We got a live preseason game. I know they
It's
don't
Vegas.
count,
Brock ain't gonna be out there.
but it's like what's that movie, The Ring? 7 days. You know what I mean?
Wait, the movie's The Ring. Exactly. It all fits, don't it? The Ring. We're trying to
It's
go for
about
that,
to go down.
find
So
that
we about to
elusive
see,
ring.
man, who's some real football players out here, man. Like, and Trey, like, what are you doing, Trey? Like, it's no secret that I've been a Trey supporter for a while. You know what I'm saying? So,
Sure.
They got
Nothing
me
wrong with
hyped. I was excited when they drafted Trey because they sold me, you know what I mean, on this,
The draft
young,
picks and everything.
athletic, high talented quarterback. So yeah, I want to see it come to fruition. So yeah, I was excited. But it's like, from what I'm hearing from practice, it's like Brock Purdy, he's basically like opening the door, leaving the door open for Trey to take the job pretty much, but Trey ain't taking it. And it's just like, yo, what are you doing, man? Like, who is this guy Trey for real, man?
I don't know.
I really need to know.
There are writers that are always saying, there's some writers saying that Sam Darnold's the best quarterback in camp. You're getting all kind of reviews going on, even better than Brock.
Can't beat a 7th round comp pick and Sam Darnold, bruh. Like, I'm kind of disappointed, man. I'm disappointed for real. So, yeah, we're gonna see what these preseason games do, man.
Yeah,
we're gonna see what they look like in live action. They say Shanahan and them said it's gonna be real important. You know what I mean? Shanahan said Brock. Yeah, he said Brock is the real deal. Like, real deal.
You're not gonna
Holyfield.
see him in preseason though, because they don't want to get him hurt. But anyway, you go see the battles go between the kid from Cincinnati and Sam and Trey. There's the battle right there.
I wouldn't put him out there just because, over that 8 games that he played, he had broken ribs, he had a major elbow injury. So it's like,
I know we don't want that.
Like, how long
Case, we got to pull up. We got to pull up though. But I'll tell you what, I'm gonna see you later on.
Yeah.
All right, fam. Appreciate you getting in
Ronbo.
there. Thanks,
for
fam.
having me. Shout out to
Always a
everybody in the chat. Shout out to Ronbo Sports. You know what it is, man. Holla, man. Case 49, man. I'm out of here.
It is. Thanks, Case. I see Robert Stavin, Purdy for MVP, 40 TDs, 4 INTs, a Super Bowl MVP. Yeah, I don't. See, because to decide right now of what you've seen so far from a kid that's played 8 games in NFL that he is not capable, it's premature either way. Now, we could say, he's not a franchise quarterback, but can you really legitimately say that after only 8 games? Think about that. Hey, Steven. Steven in Rome at home. Hey, Steven. Okay.
What's up, Ronbo?
Steven, is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
Hey, Steven, come on in, man. Yeah, we're talking about Brock Purdy and Trey Lance. They did a good job today. I mean, well, they did a fair job. All the quarterbacks did well. Darnold had a good day.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's practice. They're going to look really good regardless. I mean, if they're playing against their own team, which is no slouch. I mean, that defense is atrocious. I mean, it's nasty. It's unfair. Mm-hmm. Granted, if Bosa shines, then it's game over. So, which I think he will. I mean, I don't know why he wouldn't. I don't think he'll get any kind of like a possibility of reaching Depoy of the Year again.
I just want to know what part of the contract, which particular passage is holding it up? Or is it a number of things that need to be adjusted in that contract for Nick's agent to say okay? Because Nick's agent is famous for being hard to work with. So he hasn't been in the past, but
I know one thing for sure that I didn't get a chance to tell you the last time I called was it's the guarantees. Very much, he's asking for like more guarantees. So so that way he, like, if he meets a certain quota, he gets paid more. Like, it's a guaranteed kind of thing. Like, you know how the whole thing with Antonio Brown, where it was like all he had to do was just catch one pass to finish off the rest of the season, he would have gotten a $30,000 guaranteed check on top of his already, high contract for the
He
Bucs.
didn't make it, did he? That one catch.
He didn't make it. Yeah, he didn't make it left, which I thought was kind of stupid. But,
my God. And you know what you say? Within reason. Okay, if Antonio Brown, just for an example, if you come up short one or so, it's okay. We'll go ahead and give you that bonus. Anything more than that. But I'm giving it to him if he just comes up short one. That's just mean. So, same thing with Bosa. I don't know.
All he had to do was catch one more pass, and he took off. That's all he did.
You mean him?
Brady even said, I'm going to pass it to you.
Well, these contracts, I wish I could be a fly on the wall. I want to see what the argument is. And are they walking out on each other? I want to know to what level have they gotten to? Are they still talking civilized? Is there any yelling in the room? Are people walking out and say, I'll see you tomorrow? I still, it's worrisome because you've heard about how these contract negotiations go, and I don't want that. Guys, that's taking up a lot of time. If September comes and we're still having this conversation, I'm going to be scared.
I can tell you one thing, is Nick Bosa is probably one of the most quiet, like, his demeanor speaks most person in the entire plane. You could tell when he's not feeling it, and I'm pretty sure his agent is the one digging right now. It's not even him. So,
Nick's not there. He's in Florida.
So regardless of whether or not, he could always change his agent. His agent's the one trying to get the money because he knows if Nick Bosa gets a big paycheck, so
he does.
So
that's the way it works. Incentive.
But so I heard one of our D linemen got injured, a season-ending injury.
Yeah, that's
one of the
why.
guys I believe just got.
Yeah, we brought in another guy again. I don't know. You know what? Who was that? Was it an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman? It was a defensive lineman. I forgot who it was.
It was defensive lineman. If it was offensive line, I think we'd all be crying right now.
Oh, yeah, because we cannot afford. Well, we do got one guy. We got the guy that's replacing the guy that played the year before last. It wasn't that good, but he is out. He's got some kind of knee situation going on. And we got a replacement for him. So.
Are we talking about Aaron Banks?
Not Aaron Banks. He played on the right side. He played right tackle.
Compton?
And what?
Compton?
No, Compton's gone.
Michael Compton?
No. Remember, Trent Williams was coaching him on every snap. He'd come out, and Trent Williams was all over him, telling him what to do. He was a 5th-round pick, I think. Yeah, he doesn't play enough, so I can't keep his name in mind. Anyway, he got hurt a few weeks ago, and there's a replacement in there for him. So. But anyway, yeah.
I'm trying to blank.
Jalen Moore.
Thank you.
There we go.
You remember Jalen Moore? Yeah, Jalen Moore's out.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, they got another guy in there. I don't know what he looks like, but you don't want to know if he's a replacement at this point in the season. He should have had a job by now if he was any good. God.
I just hope we have a stable offensive line. We get to keep healthy Trey, healthy Feliciano, and healthy Aaron Banks. Or just everyone on the offensive line healthy, so that way we don't have another fiasco like we did last season. That's we just can't afford that.
It's hard to ask. It's almost too much to ask for. I figure we're going to have some injuries. I just want to know if it's going to be serious and how long will they be out. That's my only scary thing.
Yeah. And then who else? Outside of Nick Bosa's contract, I don't really know anything else. I haven't been told anything else. What I do know is guaranteed, though, is the ass whooping that the Rams are going to get.
It's a promise.
And the Cardinals, I don't know if you saw them. I don't know if you saw the training camp. Straight ass. Terrible. So they ain't going to be.
No, straight up rebuild. Yeah, they're definitely rebuilding. They kept a few of their guys around that are any good, but they just got rid of one of their wide receivers that I used to want way back in the day in the draft. But yeah, they're done. I mean, they know they're done.
Yeah,
They're going for what's that USC quarterback's name? They're going to be in the market to get him, I think, this year, especially if they'll find a way to get rid of if his knee is hurting or he comes out there and looks bad, like he might be ruined. They're going to get in that. They're going to get in that sweepstakes for the quarterback.
It's over. I mean, the Cardinal season's over. Seahawks are still in rebuild. Who else?
And speaking of, here's the thing, bro. I mean, Steven, I got Gene Decent. You quarterbacks think they're going to put all their hopes on Brock Purdy as a quarterback. Here's the thing. This is why I'm kills me about the Rams and the Seahawks. Geno Smith. Is there a reason to think that he's going to the Super Bowl? I don't understand the Rams and Seahawks talking like they do.
He got his.
Where did they get that? Oh.
That second game, he got his ass whooped. That team got their fucking ass whooped.
That's hilarious. Where do they get off criticizing anybody's quarterback? Stafford's going to be laying in the dirt by week 2, unable to get up.
Well, think about it. It's the same people that hopped on that Matthew Stafford bus. Oh
They're
yeah, he
getting
took you out
off
of the Super Bowl. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Y'all paid for everything so that way he can win.
Yeah.
And then now look, second
damn
season
near
comes
lost.
around, Super Bowl hangover.
Yeah.
They had the most probably the worst losing record in the NFC.
No, last year? No, they did.
Yeah.
They didn't
So
have
it's
they're the worst title defense in NFL history. 5-12. No one's ever been that bad after winning a Super Bowl, but the Rams.
That's like the worst Super Bowl hangover ever.
They're still talking, though. Still talking. Steven.
They talk all they want, Ronbo.
We got to go,
But-
Steven.
One thing I wanted to tell you before I go.
Remind you of women.
Baby number 2.
Steven?
Baby number 2 on the way, Ronbo.
All right. Congratulations, Big Steve. Build, you got to at least get an NBA team. And girls can still play, too. Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
right.
I will be here right around April or March, one of the two.
All right. Rome will have a somebody you can pick on now. Because Rome's 2 now,
Yeah.
isn't he? 1.5, 2 years old?
He just turned 1.
Oh, he just
So
turned- he
he'll
just
be
made
2
one.
once the baby gets here.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. All right. Go, Steve.
Yeah, I couldn't leave her alone. There was no cable, Ronbo, so we had to do something.
And yeah, the 2020 situation. Well, this is a couple years later, but still. All right, fam. All right. Go, Steve.
All right,
I'll
Ronbo.
talk to you a little bit later. All right.
Good night.
Night. Hey, Michael.
Hey, Rob, how's your night going, buddy?
That's doing all right, Michael, man. I just like everybody, I'm delighted with our quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Looking, we don't have a bad quarterback now. I mean, they could all
No.
improve, and they're in camp to do so. And I need Nick Bosa to sign. And
Yeah,
I
both
do
are well. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sooner rather than
Well,
later.
don't worry, he'll sign. Don't worry. Yeah, he'll sign. I'm not afraid of him. Don't worry. We'll sign. We had players in the past that did the same thing, and look what happened.
I know. Well, every one of the guys, but
You
not
know?
this long. Everybody else signed before.
No, not
that.
this long. I don't know what's the longest we ever had to wait. That's a good question. It's a good one.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. But our quarterbacks look great. All 3 of them look good. I mean, I can't wait to play the Raiders for preseason. I watched a little bit of the Jets game yesterday. I know the Jets lost, but
But Aaron didn't play.
They're saying to themselves,
People are taking.
yeah, the UCLA quarterback played yesterday for the Browns. Yeah.
So yeah, we
But no, watching a little bit of that.
Yeah, it's not as you can't take that game. Hall of Fame game is not serious. It's just
No,
to
but
get the season
Patriots play
started.
Thursday. I know the Patriots play next Thursday. The Patriots.
Yeah.
They play Texans, so we'll see it around. D'Amico, we'll see him play Thursday.
Ooh. And see what and you know what you'll
Houston's
get an
playing the
idea of
Patriots
how what he's
Thursday.
doing with those guys, how hard they play. That's gonna be fun to watch.
Yep. So if you guys want to watch that game, that'll be on Thursday. And then we'll be playing Vegas. I can't wait to watch a little bit of the Vegas. I can't wait to see our quarterbacks in preseason. Just to study them little by little.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I've been watching preseason. I've been watching preseason for a long time.
Oh, yeah, because you can't wait to see some football. Yeah. Our edge rushers, keep an eye on Drake, too.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait. I mean, like I said, we're going to have the guy we picked up from the Bengals. He'll play quarterback. We'll have Darnold, and we'll have Trey. Those are the three amigos for now. Last man standing. We'll see which one will go bye-bye in the practice squad or which one goes.
Yeah, well, Brindle's on. I mean, not Brindle, but the Cincinnati guy, what's his name again?
He'll probably go. Yeah, the guy, he'll probably go.
Yeah, he's on the practice squad. He can get ready to go down.
Yeah, Trey and Darnold will be the amigos to stay with us. They'll stay with us with
that
Purdy.
Is going to be so interesting to see which one does the best. You know, because most people think Darnold's just awful. I doubt he's just
no,
I think
Darnold's going to be much better with the offense they got with the 49ers.
And
you look at the 49er offense compared to the team he got drafted by the Jets.
Yeah.
The best quarterback in the league would have probably got Mahomes. Probably would have been bad against the Jets.
Yeah.
You look at it. If Mahomes was with the Jets, he probably wouldn't be that great.
And Kyle
Shanahan.
You
look at the Jets back then.
Yeah, Shannon's going to be a better coach than he's had. I don't know that he's.
Oh yeah, he's got
be expected to do.
Good offensive coaches. He's got a good defense. You know, he's got a lot of good coaches around him, and plus his father too. You know, that's probably hidden somewhere that helps him out a little bit.
Shanahan's dad? Oh, Mike? Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Mike can, maybe give him some tips. Mike's good at tips.
No, he's pissing Grant Cohn off because Grant notices him. He's sitting way back in the shadows watching.
Mm-hmm.
And Grant thinks he should come over and just join everybody else on the field and stop, looking like I'm the guru out here. I don't know why that bothered Grant, but I thought it was pretty funny that he pointed that out.
I don't know. Sometimes you get a laugh at Grant. Sometimes I get a laugh at Grant Cohn. You look at him like, oh, my God. Sometimes you get a laugh at him, His father was great. I remember his father. He was great, his father. Yeah, his father was good. He covered with Steve Young and Joe Montana's father.
Yeah.
When they won the Super Bowl. Yep. But no, I just can't wait.
Yeah.
See how some of these other rookies shine. Still, we got these other rookies. We got to look at them too.
Those are the ones. Which one?
The rookies are the key. Yep, the rookies are the key. And 1 year, the young guys that we picked up that are 1 year, 2 year veterans, they're the key too.
Yeah. Guys like Womack.
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. The main thing is, I think we're going to do great. I mean, I can smell it. I think a Super Bowl. I can smell it. It's coming. It's like a steak. I can smell it. It's like a steak. I'm ready to bite it. And trust me.
Michael, look around. Think about this for a second, though. Around the league, what team do you actually think can actually deal with the 49ers? A lot of people are looking at the 49ers and said, you're not going anywhere until you get a Super Bowl-worthy quarterback. I say, okay. We didn't have a Super Bowl-worthy quarterback last year.
You got all the players around you. There's teams that won with crappy quarterbacks. And
maybe that's too strong of a word, crappy. I think adequate quarterback.
No, not crappy, but average. Just say average.
Yeah.
Average quarterback.
He doesn't have to be Hall of Fame
average quarterback.
or Pro Bowl, but just get the ball where it's supposed to go. Shannon has a scheme where if you learn it, you'll be good, even if you're not.
Yep. That's why I'm not worried about the Cowboys and all them, And trust me, I would never date a Cowboy fan. I would never date a girl. Hell no, we would have corns fighting. Trust me, I dated one and it wasn't pretty. Oh, she's sitting there watching the Cowboys game. I told her, shut that off. I don't want to watch those cowgirls.
Hey, Michael, you know what's going to be fun this year? Mike McCarthy is decided since last year, poor little Dak, he was at the mercy of the offensive coordinator that they got rid of. Now McCarthy's going to take over the play calling and say, Dak, I'm handing you the ball, all right? We're not going to get in your way, all right? But if you throw over 5 or 6 INTs before week 3, we're going to have a problem, okay? I just want you to know I'm not threatening you. I'm just saying.
But I like to know,
man.
But see, my question is, I like to see where Elliott, the ex-Cowboy running back, and Cook or D-Hop, where they're going to sign. That's my question. Where's Elliott going to go to?
No, D-Hop's already
That's what I'm
signed.
waiting for.
D-Hop's in Tennessee.
All right, D-Hop. All right, so Cook and Elliott, the ex-Cowboy running back. I'm thinking maybe Houston might be one of them.
Also, Elliott has been rumored to go to the Patriots.
Yeah, one was Patriots. Cook was the Jets, I heard. Jets for Cook. I heard Cook was visiting Jets. That would be okay. Because then he'd be around Rodgers.
Wait, Brooks? Wait, where is Brooks?
Cook.
No, Brooks
The running back for the Vikings? Cook. Mm-hmm.
No, he signed.
Cook, the Vikings running back.
Oh,
did he sign? Who did he sign with?
Cooks. I think about
Cook.
Dalvin.
No, the Cook, the running back for the Vikings. Yeah, he's the Jets. But Elliott, I want to know who's going to go for him. That's
the Jets already rejected him. I don't know. I really want
Put your bets on all 49 Empire. Who do you think Elliott and Cook's going to go to? It's not coming to us.
Dalvin Cook.
We got McCaffrey. We got the CMC machine. We don't need anybody.
Did anybody say Dalvin Cook might be going to the Cowboys, though? Wasn't that a rumor at one point?
And also, I want to know what Gold. Maybe Gold is waiting for the preseason.
Oh, yeah.
Robbie Gold. He's waited. He's waited on the hot seat.
If the Cowboys had any sense, that's who they'd pick up.
They take Gold. Yeah, that would go for Gold. To get on our, they're going to pick up Gold to go after us.
I don't want that to happen.
They know Gold's a key kicker.
I don't want Robbie in Dallas.
No. Boycott that. Don't go. Don't go to Dallas. Go to somewhere they'll be off the word. Go to the AFC.
Yeah.
Go to the AFC.
Who needs a kicker, though, in the AFC? Most kickers, every team's got at least a kicker that's kind of decent. So, Robbie, that's where Robbie's having trouble. Because his leg is starting to get a little weaker, and he's not being able to put that ball in the end zone. That's a problem. So, I don't know what he's going to do.
Yes. That's going to be a good question. Who's going to take him?
Well, Michael, we're going to go.
Denver?
I'm going to tell you what.
All right, buddy.
I'll look for you later on. I'm not sure exactly when I can get back yet. I'll know soon.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'll know when you pop on it. Pop on.
Thanks,
all 49ers Empires always let me know.
Thanks,
all right, buddy. Have a good night. Good night, 49 Empires.
All right, fam. Night, Mike. There he goes. Yeah, let's go check out. Hey, David. David.
How's it going, Ronbo?
Hey, David. How you doing, man? You got David out from the UK.
Not too bad. How's it going, man?
It's going okay. I always worry about little things like your best defensive lineman having not signed his contract yet, but then that's neither here nor there. I know he's going to sign, right? Dave, there's no point worrying about those kind of things. It's all academic. It's going to happen.
Yep.
I got all three of my quarterbacks did pretty good today. You can be happy about that. My defense did a good job, but they're getting a little bored with our offense, apparently.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, everything's looking good. Like you say, that's little things, but they're going to be done by the time the season starts. So
it's not like he needs any work. I mean, he knows what he's doing, so he can afford to miss time. Maybe this is a joke. Maybe Nick's already signed, and they're making it look like that in order to legitimize that for the other guys on the team, so they can say, "Well, how come Nick doesn't have to work out?" Well, because he's Nick Bosa. They can't say that.
This is true.
This
is true.
So you got to come up with reasons why he's not here.
Yeah. No, I've got no worries about that. That's going to be done.
Yeah.
Everything's looking good. As long as we win next week, that's all I care about.
Can you imagine, Dave? It's already time though. This season's sneaking in here quickly now. These are just a few more days, and we're in Vegas. We're playing football against another team. All right.
Would you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if that little sneaky little quarterback will turn up for the first quarter.
Which one?
Just to throw against that.
You think Jimmy will show up at this game? Nah.
Yeah.
Unless they're insane.
I think he will.
Nah, Jimmy.
No, I think he will just to say.
Take a snap at
this
least.
This is what you're missing.
I think they're going to want to leave him out because you don't run any risk. Because Dre Greenlaw, he hits our quarterbacks even in camp. Our quarterbacks, and Dre's taking them down to the dirt. So that
This
is
is true,
subjective.
and the fights apparently over there are crazy as well.
You know, the thing
They
is,
take
though,
it. They take it from one field to the other.
yes. I mean, the 49ers, I couldn't believe it. And Juwan Jennings is out there just waiting for somebody on defense to make a mistake and mess up. Okay, you guys, Kyle had to call timeout on 2 different occasions. Guys, I just want to remind you, we're all on the same team here, and I don't know that I can actually understand some of the behavior out here. You know, come on, just wait. No, we don't pick fights.
No, that's it. I think they're too amped up. They're just ready.
Yeah.
Even if it's friendly fire, they're all ready.
Yeah, adrenaline's flowing. Yeah, you get hit, and you swear that the guy could have been a little more careful, or you took it. It was like a personal, no respect. And playing ball, I remember I always thought it was disrespectful for a guy to do something and knowing he was wrong. That makes you jump up off the ground so fast to say something, and then that's when things get out of hand.
But they don't mind. They love it and they go for it.
Yeah, it's football. It's not.
It's true.
It's not a game for the meek or the weak at heart. This is a man's game. It's violent, and if it's too hot, you're gonna have to get out of the kitchen. It's not your game.
It's true.
Play baseball.
This is true.
Yeah.
And I think the only problem is cutting down the team to.
Oh yeah, we're gonna lose some good players, David. I just know it. There's gonna be some disappointing cuts. I just know it. We're gonna see guys. Oh, we've had it happen the last few years, actually.
Yeah, and hopefully we can keep them on our practice squad. And from what I'm hearing, it's like there are people that just from you think they're out and they're not. Like all I'm hearing is the players that shouldn't be up at the top are up at the top.
Yeah.
I'm hearing things like Kinlaw, TDP.
Well, Kinlaw, they still owe him money. He's dead cap. He's probably going to make it. But, you know, the linebackers, David, we got too many linebackers.
I mean, next year.
And they're all talented. You got too many tight ends.
Yeah.
No matter who you cut, it's going to be bad. Running backs, we've got some that group is ridiculously good. Some are really good. You're not going to keep all those guys. Wide receivers, every room has just got lots and lots of talent.
But the main one, I think the only one we need to make sure we've got stock on is the quarterback.
Yeah. You know what, though? All 4 of those guys are going to be on the team, though.
We know what's going to happen there.
Yeah. The 4th guy, he'll be on the practice squad, but we're keeping 3 because the mandate passed.
Just make sure. That's exactly what we got to do. It's every other position. No one seems to get injured, but that one. So just make sure we're stuck there.
Yeah,
and everything might be fine this year.
Yeah, and we can feel good if one of them goes down or 2 of them goes down, like all of a sudden we figured out a way to do. We'll be okay. Oh, I cannot believe last year. That was just ridiculous.
Yeah, it still haunts me.
Yeah. And then we get the NFC CG, and the 4th quarterback goes down.
Still leaves a bit of taste.
Yeah. 4 quarterbacks. And the last one, he goes down in the middle of a game that was extremely important. What are the odds?
Only high if you're a 49ers fan.
No, there always yes.
And the only, do you know what? The only thing I can do is laugh about it because otherwise it will drive you mad.
Other fans make jokes, Dave. They say, you guys got a good team, but you guys got snake bit some time ago. And I mean, hell, if half your team makes it to the end of the season, you'll be lucky. I always cop an attitude immediately when I'm talking to people. Well, you know what? It's a violent game, and I got a feeling my team has no more problem than your team. So, it's all about luck. Well, you guys don't have any. Okay. That's when I usually start to get heated, At least the argument gets really ridiculous.
Just not in the quarterback room. It's like it's Shanahan's department, but it's the one that always falls ill.
Crumbles. But we have all up and down the lineup, Dave.
But everywhere else never does.
Well, we got running backs. We lose running backs every year.
Yep.
We lose defensive backs. George Kittle goes down for an annual. There's some guys that go down every year. Trent Williams takes off time because of pain. I mean, it's just
he usually misses a couple. Not so much, but you can miss him for a couple.
He plays in pain. George Kittle goes out 2 to 3 weeks, maybe 4 sometimes. I mean, it just
Kittle hides half the time.
Oh yeah, he's a hurt.
He hides the pain.
Yeah. So
the one place I'm worried about is the backs this year in the defense.
Yeah.
That's somewhere that might be a bit suspect this year.
Every year.
Just where we lost like Jimmy Ward and.
I mean, broke his arm. What? Oh no. He's out there playing with a cast on?
But
we'll be okay.
They seem to say it's okay. They always seem like it. But it's always the place where we're like, you've got to worry because other teams have high, fast receivers, so we've got to worry about the backside.
Yeah. Well, David,
so
we're gonna run our time.
How they sort it out?
We're gonna be okay. We got backup now. We got quality backup. We should be okay. But David, always a pleasure. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna see you.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, let's go ahead and see you in a few days. All right.
Definitely.
All right.
Have a good one, Ronbo. Shout
too.
out to everyone. Take care and speak to you soon.
Looking forward to it, David. Have a great day.
Catch you later.
All right.
And to you. Take care.
Thanks, David. Dave out in the UK is just starting his day. Hey, Tony!
Hey, Ronbo. What's happening, brother?
Tony, there's so many things to be excited about. When you got too much, there's always something. Guy could be sitting in $1 billion mansion, he's still sitting there concerned about something. So, here we are. We're the team is just rich in talent, and there's just a couple little things to be concerned about. Big Show gave us a break tonight and decided not to come in and make everybody start crying. Even Jalen pumped the brakes a little bit on his stuff. But to ask Tony to pump the brakes is going to be tough. I am concerned, though, if you got anything to say about that signing of Nick Bosa, which I would really appreciate it if they would stop assing around with that. Next we got 7 days before our first preseason game. No other big-time contract of any blue-chip player has taken this long. It's just annoying to keep thinking about that. I look at my phone every few minutes, God, to see if there's going to be a notification. Nick Bosa signs as the highest paid defender in NFL history. Okay, I don't care. Just get him in here, But Tony, go ahead.
Yeah, but the problem is, Ronbo, we've got some of the highest paid dudes in the whole league, you know what I mean? So it's just basically fine-tuning the contract. That's all it is.
And somebody said
how much guaranteed money.
Yeah, that's the
how much guaranteed money. There's bonus signing. What happens if he gets injured? Look, the 49ers are going to want to structure it in a way where
it's not going to hurt him.
It's going to be team-friendly. The money they're willing to pay, Ronbo. Right? They'll pay him the money. The 49ers will just say, listen, man, we're not willing to rip Nick Bosa off, but we just want to structure it in a way where it's a team-friendly deal so that we can keep all these guys together for longer. So, to me, it's just a structural thing that they're looking at in the benefit of everyone on our team.
Mm-hmm. No doubt about that.
It'll get done.
I'm not even worried about it. I was just hoping they wouldn't play hardball with Nick's agent. I should have known in the back of my
I
mind
don't
it was going to
think
end up being
they
that way
are.
for the
You know,
reasons you just stated, though. 'cause
John
it's-
Lynch is very diplomatic, Ronbo.
Yeah.
He's very diplomatic. Like, really nice guy. That guy could be a politician. You know what I mean? He's that good.
especially with that grin and always
Yeah.
talking the way he talks. He looks like a politician.
That's right. But he can calm any situation down. He's capable of talking his way out of anything, and just keeping the thing real. But and remember what Nick said. This is why I don't even worry about it. Remember what Nick said? I don't expect to be the highest paid.
Yeah, I remember that.
Defensive end in the league.
Everybody
I
remembers.
just want to get paid.
Fairly.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you can pay these guys as much as you want. If they don't know how to invest that money, well, it's all for shit. You
It's
know
going
what
to
I
run
mean?
out anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some guy could get paid a lot more. Another guy can get paid a lot less, and the guy that got paid a lot less after 5 or 10 years has got more than that, like because he invested right.
Yeah. Well, the Bosa family, they've got a lot of experience in this, so I'm sure Nick will be okay there too. Nick will probably have nothing to do with any of his money ever. His mom and their people will probably handle that. But and it's no shame in having your mom, who's had too much experience. She dealt with Joey, probably dealt with the husband to some degree. So Nick can just sit back, relax, and be Nick. Don't even worry yourself.
Yeah, well, mums.
You know how moms.
There's no shame in that. Mums, mums rule the world.
That's right.
If there's no mums, we wouldn't be here.
That's right. They're the most wonderful creatures on the planet. Yeah.
Every human being is born of a woman.
Yeah.
So,
that's why when I hear about domestic violence, it really pisses me off. So, and that's why I figured Nick's going to be okay. They just need to get all the fine print and whatever they're talking about and the guaranteed money like we're talking about done and let him get on back to the West Coast. Nick's still out in Florida.
You know what? He's probably having too much of a good time.
He is.
He's probably called in and said to Shanahan, "Hey, boss, you don't mind if I crack on down here for another couple of weeks?" Yeah, I'm having a great time. Nah, Nick, enjoy yourself. Don't like that.
Yeah, because we know you're keeping it
And
shape.
Shanahan, remember what Shanahan said during the press conference too? He said, "I wouldn't come back if I hadn't
Yeah,
been
he
paid
did.
Yet.
You're right. I remember that.
Remember that?
And I don't blame him. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, something along those lines. So everything's cool in my eyes.
But like Ian Sharp
like you
said, you know what you just said about Nick said, I don't need to be the highest paid player in the world. The agent does. And see, no matter what Nick says, the agent's in there saying, I want this done and this done. And by the way, guys, I've drawn up.
Of course, Ronbo.
Hmm?
The agent works on commission. He
Yes.
wants to get as much as he wants.
Nick can call him off, but he won't, because that's probably not a good idea. But still.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't want Nick angry at you, would you?
No. And if he gets a call in the middle of the night, hey, so what's going on with my contract? Well, Nick, you know what? There's some things that I think just you're going to have to be corrected, but should get it done here shortly. Well, I'm ready to play ball, so wrap it up here. I'm going to give you a couple of days. Well, Nick,
I'm coming down to see you with.
Yeah.
I'm coming down to see you with Fred Warner and Javon Kinley.
But hey, you know what's so funny, Tony? The most vicious guy might be Dre Greenlaw now. Greenlaw's a little bit insane. I'm starting to realize that last year. You remember when Greenlaw was like mangling guys up, and clearly you could see the white chalk on the ground, and we got flagged. I says, Dre, harness that fury, babe. All right, come on, man. We're 15 yards. You just gave up.
You don't want to take the dog out of him, Ronbo.
I don't, but I just want him to know where he is on the field.
It's a physical game. One penalty here and there is not going to kill us.
No, that's true. We'll be okay. I just in a critical situation when we got him in third down situation, and Dre just decides to just lower the boom on a guy, rocketing him into the stands, and he was already out of bounds. Dre, how long have you wanted to do that? Oh, now they got a first down. Okay.
He was probably aiming to hit him against something like a cameraman or something hard so he could get it.
And they can play the cameraman. No, he's a great football player. I think they're not going to be able to take Pro Bowl away from him this year.
Well, we'll see. They hate the 49ers, but
I know, right?
We're getting to the pointy end, Rombo, where somebody's got to sit down and pick a side, pick a team out of all these good young talents that we've got, and whoever does it, hope they don't make any mistakes.
Really? No, really. It is that way, because the team's too good. If you're not near flawless, you're going to be cut. That's what it's going to come down to, because you got a lot of guys with equal talent.
I'm saying, whoever's making the choices to cut those players better make sure they cut the right ones and not make any mistakes. Because if they go to some other team and
do well, that's going to be the blueprint, though, Tony. Whoever makes the least amount of mistakes, that's all they can do now. Even Wilkes is already saying, these guys are tight. We're gonna have to wait for some competition to be able to make any determinations from here. He's looking at Cleveland Farrell and Drake Jackson. I'm kind of surprised at that. We'll see with Cleveland Farrell. Drake's going to be on the team no matter what, but is he going to start or not, I guess is the question now. Yeah.
Well, to be determined, I suppose.
Soon. Well, Tony, we're going to go.
We can't see what they see.
I know. That's why. Maybe we can have a whole conversation about that. But sometimes our judgments don't necessarily override that of the coaches that are with these guys all the time. There's not always necessarily the bias that we think there is, and that it is what it is. Those guys don't want to lose. Right. They're picking the best guys.
That's right.
All right, Tony. Always a pleasure.
All right,
we'll see you in a few days.
No worries.
All right.
All right, brother. Shout out to everyone, and see you in the next chapter.
Looking forward. Cheers, Tony.
Cheers, brother.
Okay, cool.
Yo.
Yo, Ellis.
Yo.
Ellis is doing a Don Burr. Go ahead and say it.
Detroit's wearing panties, probably.
You do that so well. You got his accent and everything. I wonder where is he from? I wonder where he is.
Brown paper bag giveaways this season. Stay tuned.
Do you wonder where he's from? I do wonder. Is he a Detroit? Is that a Michigan accent or is that an East Coast? It's kind of East Coast at the same time. Where is he from?
Well, hopefully he's from Detroit.
Because to love the Lions like he does, and say what he says, he really believes what he's saying. It took him 3 years to actually be anywhere near right. Because we've been knowing him. He's been talking and interrupting people's phone calls for about 3 years, right? With Detroit voices everybody. Yeah. So, and now Detroit has a team you can't really laugh at, Ellis. We can't really laugh too hard. So,
well, when they start busting out the paper bags before week 6, it's bad. Shit like that's happened.
Hey, Ellis, who is going to be the paper bag team this year? Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona.
The Rams have just stopped coming.
They're flipping
the
coin.
Cardinals.
Yeah, I think it's a coin flip between the Cardinals and the Rams. But the Cardinals probably win that.
Yeah, because the Rams aren't going to show up. Their fans will just leave because they got too many things to do in L.A. besides watch the Rams get their butt handed to them. So Arizona, there's not a lot to do.
They have paid spectators.
And then there's that.
They wanted a raise. They wanted a raise, and they said they couldn't afford it. So it looks like they're going to be naked in the stadium lots of time.
Go SoFi.
Yeah, they're waiting for the baseball season.
No, you know what? That's the only thing. That's what they're watching right now. The NBA season, what they're waiting for. They're watching the Dodgers. Dodgers do have a team. So the Dodgers are actually in the thick of things. The Lakers are in trouble.
Hockey.
Yeah. Hockey?
Hockey and baseball. That's what they're all.
Yeah, I get. What's the name of the LA hockey team? The Stars?
The Knights.
Los. Yeah. What?
Los Angeles Knights, I thought, but shit.
You could be right. I'm not sure about their hockey team.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't
Anyway, we'll get on some Brock Purdy and the three quarterbacks looking good today, and also the defense is the defense might be getting a little bored. I got a feeling because all of a sudden they toned it down, and then you got the Nick Bosa situation, which is irritating me. Oh, Deshaun, God, I keep forgetting his name. The cornerback, you always have to tell me his name. Washington. Yeah, you know what?
Deshaun Watson.
Watson. Hey, he's getting some notoriety's coming his way now. Thanks, Arnold. The L.A. Kings. That's what we're trying to think of. But anyway,
that's right.
Yeah, Watson is starting to look good out there. Coach is even raving about him. He says, not only once, he said very impressive twice. I said, all right.
Yeah. Well, Deshaun was a great quarterback. He was getting better and better. I mean, he was hella good when he played.
No. Oh, no, you're talking about Deshaun Watson. I'm talking about the cornerback that we got. About? The cornerback.
Oh,
the little guy from
Texas.
Texas. What?
Sean Jameson.
Yeah, that's him, Jameson. Yeah, the boy is getting rave reviews. Oh, you already know Watson. Watson's already. He's just got to come out there and beat Deshaun Watson. But Jackson, I like that.
Yeah, and the Darrell Luter injury, I think, made it a lot easier for us to not have to worry about giving Darrell a 53-man spot. So that allowed us, I think, because I think it was going to be a toss-up between Ambry was going to have less of an opportunity, I think, to make this team if Darrell Luter and then with Jameson there, it was going to be. I think Ambry would have been the odd man out. So Ambry might still have an opportunity to make this team. So he better be thanking the Lord upstairs.
Yep.
Or Allah, because I think he's Muslim.
That's right, he is. That's right.
Or whatever. So,
but the thing is, you're right. If they had already put him on the cut list or penciled him in, they might have to erase that.
Yeah. Because, I mean, everybody that's pretty much on the team playing corner right now is going to make the team outside. One of the guys was not going to make it. But now, we got Oliver, we got Diamador, we got
who's going to back Isaiah up in that slot? Because Isaiah's pretty much a slot.
Yeah. Ambry still may not make this team. I forgot because we got Samuel Womack. Womack plays slot. Womack plays the in and the out, inside and outside. So,
versatility.
So he's definitely making the team.
I got a feeling Jameson is going to make it too.
Deshaun Jameson. No, Deshaun. There's no. Ambry's gone before he doesn't make this. Before Deshaun Jameson doesn't make this.
Yeah, see.
I don't think that Kyle and the staff would be that stupid to let somebody like that go.
Because he'll go right to. He'll be in the Emerald City the next day.
Go to Seattle.
Yeah.
He'll go to Seattle, and then they'll be 3 or 4 deep with really good lockdown corners. It's bad enough they got. They already got some really good corners.
So that's the thing.
Seattle would definitely sign it.
Yeah, because and you know how Pete Carroll does. He brings people in for intel. I can just see him now taking them out to dinner. Okay, so you probably know why we're at the most expensive steakhouse in Seattle. Okay, all right, come play ball with me. I signed you because I think you're a good ball player. But there's some things you can let me in on that's going to help out this club and you too, and that for that matter. Pete, you low down, scummy, nasty roach. God.
You're like, he's like, you like gum? got a life supply. I got a life supply on the way. You just say when.
Let me show you how to chew it. And then he goes into teaching people how to chew gum. Like I don't know. Yeah. Pete looks like he's chewing concrete. I mean, you got to open your mouth that wide to bring the jaw down.
Pops him out, changes him out. You never even know he's got a new piece. You're like, is he chewing that same gum? I know.
No,
got some kind of special way where he just swaps them out. Anyway, you know, I sent you a video though. They have a rookie running back that they got. I forgot the damn name right now, but yeah, man, he looked like he's gonna be pretty good too. So we can expect, you know, it's gonna be us in Seattle. You know, they're gonna give us a run for our money. They're not, you know, they're not gonna be.
They're gonna
really
be pushovers.
No pushovers or nothing like that.
But
We
they're
can
not
still
gonna be
blow
like
them out,
G&D is
but
talking about.
they're gonna
yeah.
give it. They're gonna give us everything they got. That's one thing for sure. We can expect to give us everything they got. But yeah, man.
Conference thing. So yeah, except for the Rams and the Cardinals,
Yeah.
there'll be no problem there.
Yeah. Now, just a little tidbit. I don't know if you heard about it, but it sounded like Jimmy was out there in Vegas throwing some picks. I don't know how many he's had, but they were saying that it's early on, so they weren't really trying to, you know, draw too much attention to it. But I did hear Jimmy, you know, was out there giving the ball to the defense.
Well, they need a defense.
So hopefully he'll be generous. I know he's probably not going to play when we play in the preseason.
Nah, Jimmy's not going to play.
Maybe out there when we scrimmage and stuff like that, and he'll give us a few, you know, presents.
I think he just got cleared to play. What, 2-3 weeks ago? That
foot
operation they should have got done in December.
Yeah, he's got to get used to it. I mean, got Devontae Adams that he's got to look forward to.
Yeah. Jimmy's got to stop. Man, Jimmy, you knew in December you need to get that foot worked on, and you waited till the last minute. Ellis?
Yeah, can you hear me?
No, now I can, yeah. Okay.
Okay, yeah, no, I was saying with Devontae and Hunter Renfrow, and they got Josh Jacobs and
that's a lot of weapons.
Darren Waller and
Waller left. They traded him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was.
Okay, yeah, no, but you know what? They got
that.
another tight end two. Yeah, they got another tight end or two, I believe. Actually, they drafted a really good tight end, a good rookie tight end that a lot of us were looking at. I forgot his name, but yeah, man, they got a couple of players.
I remember that draft pick. I just can't remember the name, but I was like, oh no.
Yeah. That lineman, Ronbo, you were talking about that was coming in. That's supposed to be replacing Jalen for right now, or that's in the rotation. His name is Leroy Watson.
Yeah, that's
from what I understand. And
Leroy, I remember.
Yeah, he played with Spencer Burford for Texas San Antonio, and from what I heard, Grant was talking about it earlier. He said that he's really athletic. He said he's working under Trent Williams right now, and he said that he looks really good.
Oh,
he's doing really good. He's very athletic, very agile. He's a really big guy. And like I said, he played with Spencer, so Spencer's, he's in. That's good company because Spencer Burford's already, he looked really good in his rookie season, and so if we might have a gem in this Leroy Watson fellow, so look out for him pretty soon. I think he's right tackle, what I understand.
So come in, learn the program, and let's go. Well, else we ran out of time. Let me. I'll be back in a few days, and I'll be looking for Ellis.
Yeah, man. Hey, look. Lastly, the quarterback room, man. I'm just glad that we're in a position to have some quality guys that can come in and that know our offense and that'll be able to work together and learn from each other and stuff like that. Yeah, man. It's all these guys are gonna make the team. Allen will be on the practice squad, but the depth, we'll see what the depth chart's looking like, but it's going to look real nice, man, for us this year with these guys progressing. Trey's continuing to get better and look really good downfield, and Brock is getting, knocking the dust off and getting better, and Sam is doing well. So we're not gonna
we got no weak
we're not gonna do all this on the family feud, and we don't got no time for that shit.
Anyway,
let's just rock. Let's rock it. Let's get to this season and
get it done.
And let's take it out on our opponents for the season.
All right.
Anyway, shout out to the family. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Shout out to Tony from down under, and Tony from down south, and all the other all the good other good fellows and
We got
and
two
ladies
more
out there,
Tonys
man.
too.
The
Over in
Niner
Hawaii,
faithful.
Tony's taking off the
Oh
off
yeah,
season.
yeah. Tony Nagatani, isn't it Nagatani
Yeah,
or
that's
something like
right.
that?
Yeah.
Where the hell's he been?
Tony's
He
like,
been here in a minute.
in order to maintain his sanity, he's leaving football alone for a while. He'll be back.
Oh, okay. I haven't heard from Mel, Ronbo. I was a little concerned, man. I hope Mel is all right. I know I said it like last year or something like that, but we have not heard from Mel in a long ass time, man. So hopefully that man is alive and well, man, and he's just taking a break from whatever,
Yeah.
'cause it's been a minute.
What
since
name
we
did you
heard from
say?
Mel. Our boy Mel from I don't know if he's from Jersey or Philly or
Yes. You know what? He's on Instagram. What's his name? He's got it. I'll tag you on Instagram. I'll give his.
Okay.
Because he responded to something I said to him. You know how I be sending y'all them. I'll be going through them videos. Sometimes I'll be screaming, laughing. I got to send them to you. So yeah. He responded to one of those.
yeah. Oh, okay,
Anyway.
cool. All right. Well,
Yeah,
as
he's
long as
okay.
it's cool. All right, man. Hit that like, subscribe. You know, man. Wipe your feet. Thank you for the platform.
Hey, my
Ronbo, as
pleasure.
always, man. And shout out production. Peace and
Thanks,
love.
Ellis. Talk to you in a minute.
All right.
And Rudy, you're saying, okay, this is preseason camp. If any of the Rams quarterbacks would have been out there, there would also have been picks thrown. So I don't know what you're insinuating. I mean, is every one of your quarterbacks perfect in camp every day? See, these are kind of Rudy. See, these are kind of things. What is that? What is that? What is that? Hey, Casey.
What's shaking, Ronbo?
Casey, man, we're looking at. Our quarterback room is. We don't have any real weak sisters in there. Josh Johnson's gone, and kind of feels comfortable to know that looks like all three of those guys can handle the job. And also, Nick Bosa's situation is becoming uncomfortable. I don't know how you feel about that. And Drake Jackson is in competition with Cleveland Farrell, which is a huge surprise to me, according to Coach Wilkes. So always unexpected. And Deshaun Jackson, that little guy from Texas, I think he's going to make our cornerback room. I've watched film from him. I like him. The guy is he's Womack on speed. And you know what that means, don't you? Whoa.
Yeah, I really hope the secondary is as fast as they're advertised. But
Yeah, it's all about. Wilkes is a good coach, though. Hey, Case, you know what? This is the best secondary coach we've ever had. So we've had good lines for years. But a secondary coach that can teach those guys some better fundamentals and things like that, make them stay on their job, this could be very interesting.
Well, he's well spoken, and I like seeing the footage of him with the players. Kind of reminds me of Singletary a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
Quiet demeanor,
it
but
all
probably
falls
gets
on
loud.
it all falls on Kyle Shanahan, man. Kyle's he's the one calling plays right now, and I really hope I don't know how else to say this, but I really hope Lance doesn't have to play earlier on in the season. I hope Brock Purdy plays the full season because I feel like there's a pretty big drop off between Purdy and the other two quarterbacks on this roster. I was surprised to see Trey Lance at number 3 on the depth chart tonight.
What? Wait, they got a depth chart out? I've not even looked. There's a depth chart available. Wow.
But I mean, it was just on ESPN. I don't know how accurate it is, but I don't like how they write their depth charts anyway. Whenever they release them, they're tough to read.
Okay. And you know what? That's not an official depth chart from the 49ers. That's ESPN's depth chart, right? Yeah.
But one way or the other, there's a big drop off. Purdy's different animal. So and there's a big drop off from running back too. Honestly, I mean Elijah Mitchell's great, but really, everyone needs to stay healthy. I'll just say that. But
we have some surprise running backs.
As far as health goes,
every year,
McCaffrey's been healthier than Elijah has for the 49ers.
And good. He's been kept out of harm's way on purpose, from what I understand, too. So good.
Yeah.
God, Casey, we
Man,
cannot
Kyle's
afford
not
for.
taking the-
Oh, CMC cannot get hurt this year, please. Oh man.
Yeah, he's their best offensive player by
Well,
far.
and also he ignites that offense, though. That's the thing. And Debo's looking like a
he's
man
he's the
possessed now
missing
too.
piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really is. It was really apparent to see the difference in, pass
In the
blocking
offense,
and
right?
catching out the
Yeah.
backfield. Yeah, that was just a totally different.
Yeah. Because he knows where to be. His brothers play quarterback. He knows how a quarterback thinks, right? So he knows how to position himself. If things are going wrong, the quarterback will see McCaffrey if he doesn't see anybody else, And so that happened a lot.
I'm really curious to see what happens with TDP and Mason this year, because they haven't had a real bruiser since Jeff Wilson. They need someone at the goal line to really. I mean, they got Juszczyk, but
I think Mason can handle that. Mason's heavy.
yeah, they got Juszczyk.
Well, but Juice is going to be used to move people out of the way because he's the power guy. But every now
Who's
and
that
then
caller that said they don't? Someone called in talking about Juice the other like a few callers ago, saying they trade Juice or something. They don't.
I know people aren't trading Juice these days because we can't afford all the kind. You're right. They got into it too. They really explained exactly why Juice is leaving.
Like a 7-time Pro Bowler or something.
Yeah, every year he's been in the league just about, except for maybe his rookie season. You're right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I know it's crazy who's on this roster. Now they got Trent Williams, best defense player in the league, and
it's
Bosa.
insane, isn't it?
I was asking myself the other day, it's tough to say this, and I don't like to measure things in life, but who's a greater 49er, Patrick Willis or Nick Bosa? I was kind of scratching my head on that. I think eventually it's going to be Bosa, but right now it's definitely Pat. I mean,
Casey, there's certain questions I will not answer. I can't answer that.
I know it's a tough one.
Because I feel like I'm blasphemy to even answer it. Because neither answer is not good. I mean, you look, Willis put in more time, and Willis was just my God, he was good. But
they're both so
Nick is too.
Yeah. I mean, Willis's imprint on his print on the game is just incredible.
Yeah. That's why when people always say, okay, Steve Young or Joe Montana, if you had to build your team from scratch, where would you start? I don't hesitate. Joe, listen, guys. Well, why do we continue to think that Steve Young was as good as Joe? Steve was good. Okay, fine. But if I'm going into a clutch situation, I'm picking Joe.
Oh, but Ronbo, I got to tell you, man. In some ways, I think Steve might be the GOAT, man. I mean, he's just
how come?
Because he's so dual threat, Ronbo. He's on top of being the best left-handed quarterback. He's able to run and scramble. I don't know. Steve might be the GOAT in my book, Ronbo. He led the league for 5 years in a row.
I'm just saying, I don't mind the guy can move, but I want a guy who can see and read the field so well that there'll be no
someone like
mistakes.
Jeff Garcia.
Yeah,
I agree. I think Garcia's the GOAT.
Jeff, Garcia, he is in one of the top
when I was a kid,
3,
Ronbo.
4, 5. Jeff's one of the top 5. So yeah.
And 49ers all time for sure. Yeah. For sure. On top of being number 5. I wish they retired that number. I'm sorry, Trey. That's Jeff's number.
Hey, that's right. And although that's Jeff's number, it's not Steve's. But no wait.
Cinco Diamantes.
Because
Jeff Garcia.
Yeah. Jeff never complained about that. But Steve is huge.
He did say something, though. I think he did mention something when Trey got the number.
Ego. Your ego's got to get involved when you're talking about professional football players.
I know.
Yeah.
No, well, Jeff kind of likes to romanticize his Instagram posts. I'll just leave it at that.
I know.
Anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about, Ronbo. I'm here to talk about the San Francisco 49ers.
Well, good thing because we're out of time. But you know what? Make one quick point, whatever you're going to do.
Ronbo, I guess I've been biting my tongue all day. I've been trying to work things out with my ex for a long time, and bringing up Frank Gore the other night and
Frank
everything.
Gore?
I don't want to minimize the impact of domestic violence on any party, whether it be male or female. And I'll just
Frank
take this
Gore or
time on
not.
this platform to say that if you are experiencing domestic violence, there is help. Things do get better. There are people in this world that love you, and
And we're willing to help. Yes.
yeah.
So yeah,
Anyway,
I
Ronbo,
posted up Frank
appreciate the
joining.
platform, man.
Now, hey, Case, it's my pleasure to have it for you too. All right, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
All right,
Always a pleasure. I'll see you on Sunday when it's another installment of the Reverend Ronbo.
I like that.
And I'm sure it'll still be Detroit versus themselves.
No.
And I'm sure there won't be a Cardinal fan making a peep.
Oh no, that's what we never have to put up with this year. And the 5-12 Rams are still talking of where they get licensed to do so. It is amazing. Anyway, we'll see you shortly. All right, Casey. Hey, Justin.
What's going on, brother?
Hey, Justin, man, we're sitting here raking over the coals, man. The 49ers had a long workout today. Kyle extended it so we can get some more work in for Brock. And
I called in last night, right the other day, right? So one of my friends listened in, and he gave me so much hell. I feel bad, Rumble. You should have corrected me on this because I'm mad at you, Rumble. You should have told me that I forgot Juwan Jennings. I really forgot about Juwan Jennings on looking receivers. I really forgot about him. And he was like, "How dare he?" He's a big Tennessee fan, and he's like, "You left out this guy? Like, are you kidding?" Blah, blah, blah. I was like, "Oh wow."
Justin, did you name your 6 quarterbacks that you're keeping? I mean, your 6 receivers that you're keeping? Did you?
Oh, I was going down the slot receiver position. I was like, who could compete for it?
In the
and
slot?
He's like, you're telling me Juwan Jennings can't? Yeah, Juwan Jennings can't compete for the slot. I was like, oh well, shit, I completely forgot about him.
Who'd you put in the slot?
I put Danny Gray.
Yes.
That's what I said.
You know, it's so funny because I did question putting him in the slot, but I thought you had a plan. You said Danny Gray was the only guy you put in the slot?
I put Danny Gray because I thought he was fast, but looking at how Juwan did last year, he's really aggressive.
And he's physical. It's hard to guard him.
And we haven't had that since I want to say Bolden, Anquan Bolden. Someone that's like very physical up front. Crabtree had it sometimes, but he was kind of shy away from the contact sometimes and just didn't like, be physical sometimes. He would make some spectacular catches, don't get me wrong, but
and George Kittle lives in the slot. And Debo also. Yeah, we got guys that can beat you up coming out of the slot. Yeah, that's mainly what we have.
I think Juwan's going to do. Yeah, but Juwan, I really want to keep him long term, but I understand it's a business, and he's probably gonna get a big contract somewhere else.
Like Kendrick Bourne.
Because he's a fantastic. Yeah. Well, Kendrick. Don't even get me started with Kendrick.
Well,
Kendrick is.
We can't pay everybody, so I'm glad because I really loved Kendrick Bourne. Every time he'd get a touchdown, I couldn't wait until Kendrick would get up and have dance moves, and people, that's why he can dance, but he can't play no ball. I said, you know what, I'm telling you right now, Kendrick Bourne has saved this team how many times? He drops the ball too much. Oh, okay. You know what? Here's the thing. How many times we need a third down clutch situation and Kendrick Bourne came up with the ball?
Yeah.
You can't just count the bad moments. And I get real emotional about Kendrick.
Yeah, I get you. It's just like it was a love-hate relationship, But I want to say one more thing. I told you it was going to happen, even though I don't wish like anything on any players. Mitchell's already injured and he's out week already now. So with the quadricep strain, whatever it's called. So I'm worried about that because it shows me again. Elijah Mitchell, he got hurt again.
Oh yeah, I was crushed.
And it sucks. And he's a talented player. Very talented. But he just for whatever reason, it isn't working. It kind of reminds me of a little bit. I want to say who was that receiver that like had the Corny? Yeah, we drafted him. It was during the Bucky years.
I already knew who you were talking about. I just can't think of his name. He went and got surgery, came back the next year. I felt so sorry for him. He was running with Frank Gore, too.
Yeah.
I know
I
you're
can't
talking
remember his name right now. Probably someone in the chat can remind me. But it kind of reminds me of that. Like, you know,
No matter. They're a good ball player.
Such high hopes for him. And then when it comes to the on the field, you
can't stay out there.
It just his body just breaks down, and it sucks because he's a talented player.
Yeah.
And I'm sucked that I'm talking about like him like this, but like at the end of the day, you're just
true,
like,
though.
man, if you can't stay healthy on the field, you know, maybe you should move on to like, you know, being like a running back coach. I don't know, like, or something that doesn't physical, because at some point you have to listen to your body. And for Mitchell, it's just like becoming one of those things that, you know, it's tough. He's barely 3 years in the league, and he's had these three surgeries?
Yeah, at least. Jalen Hurd finally figured it. Jalen Hurd just came back for a few minutes the other day, and he's out already. He retired.
He retired.
Yep.
Yeah, so like it sucks. It sucks for Mitchell. I like the guy, but at the same time, like it's one of those things, because we all know Christian McCaffrey ain't going to be here forever. You know.
Oh, don't say that. Yes, he is.
Hey, I'm just saying. It's a hard realization, you know. But like, he ain't going to be here forever. You know.
God. You know, because you look at the Rams. Cooper Kupp is hurt and going to miss some time. What does that mean?
Yeah, so
that means the Rams have absolutely no offense. Stafford only knows how to throw the Kupp.
Yeah, well, you got and you know what? The only team that I'm worried about next year is probably the Seahawks, just because they got more talent, offense and defense. Jackson Smith from freaking Ohio State. I was real mad about that shit, and then you got that cornerback they drafted, which I was real pissed about that, because I was like, how the fuck?
Hey, what team?
No,
what player did you mention? Who?
Cornerback. I forget. I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now.
But what team were you mentioning? What team were you talking about?
Seahawks.
Oh yeah. Well, the Seahawks are building a defense.
They got more talent. Yeah, they got more talent on the defense and offense now. You know, and I'm over here like wondering, like, damn, who the hell is playing our slot corner position?
See, fam. The thing is, they didn't trade all the draft picks to F them picks in order to win a Super Bowl, and that's why they got picks and they got money to sign free agents.
Oh,
see, the Rams knew they were going to hell. Yeah.
Isn't Isaiah Oliver being our nickel? Isn't Isaiah Oliver?
Yeah, that's his name.
From Atlanta becoming our
right.
Yeah, he's a nickel. So you know that's gonna be a challenge for him to be in a nickel down against Jackson Smith. You know, but he's a veteran. He should know this. We're too worried about him like I was with Quan Williams.
See,
if you all remember that, he got burnt like toast like every single game. At least the game he got burnt.
Only the last year, because K1 finally got hurt. So he lost a step.
Yeah, but I wanted to before I get out of here, Ronbo, I wanted to ask a question. You know, and I heard that that Steve Young thing and Joe Montana thing we each never know, which I think is another conversation for another day, because I think two quarterbacks play two different styles. What the fuck? So I won't go on depth on that, but I will say that if you had to pick to build your defense around, would you pick Nick Bosa or would you pick Bryant Young? That's my question.
Oh man, these questions with the legends versus the current players, I can never really answer. I need to see more from the current players. I refuse to answer that question. I can't do it, fam. I can't answer.
Hey,
but listen, tell you what, I like these questions. We ought to put a list of these and put everybody under pressure, even on the chat. You guys got to answer this question. Go ahead, let it out. Pick a side.
Oh man. But all right, I'll get out of here. Get out of here. But like, but you put me out. You made me look bad, man. I guess it's for.
I take responsibility for that, because in the slot.
God, man, you can't believe that. I was like, really? He missed nothing. He just sat there and.
I mean, your choice. I don't want to argue with it. So
All right, Rob.
friend
Take
did.
care of yourself.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Have a great night. Give my best to Eddie E. All right. Anyway, oh, why would Debo be afraid of Aaron? Aaron Donald does not. Jim Everett. Aaron Donald does not play the run well. So when Debo comes barreling through there, he wants nothing to do with Debo. He can't catch him. Hey, Tony.
Ronbo, good evening, my friend. Good evening.
Good evening, Tony. Yeah.
A lot of news, Ronbo. A lot of news to share with you.
Let's do it.
Yeah, some good, some bad.
Well, that's
first,
always the case.
Last night's Hall of Fame game, I saw the replay after I got on for work.
Mm.
And Cleveland and the Jets, two of the teams I picked to get wild card.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that the lights went out in that game?
Yeah, Aaron felt like he was back in a dark place again. I heard. I haven't watched it yet.
Collinsworth was making jokes about that. I was cracking up. He said, "This is like another dark cave retreat for Aaron."
I gotta go look at it. Did you went and watched it again? I rarely watch the Hall of Fame game for some reason, unless I'm not doing anything else.
Yeah, but Ronbo, one of the guys that you wanted to draft, remember that quarterback that you liked out of UCLA, Dorius Thompson Robinson?
Oh yeah, is he on which team?
He balled in that game. He's with the Cleveland
Jets?
Browns. He balled.
He's the Browns.
The Browns, yep.
You know,
he was that
people
fifth-round
on
pick.
Twitter and Instagram are making jokes about that he looked good. Hey, what's his initial?
Real good 'cause,
D what?
They got Kellen Mond as their second string, and he's their third string. But Kellen Mond threw a couple of interceptions.
Mond, didn't he come over from the Vikings?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I said okay because I thought Kyle liked him too. Guess not.
Yep. He threw it. Robinson threw an interception. Had some nice scrambles, and even on a touchdown run by his fellow UCLA teammate Dominique Felton, he threw a block for him. Put the corner on his butt.
His footage shows him to be a hardcore playmaker. There was some question about his throwing, but if he can't find a place to throw it, he's off like a shot. I says, Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Thanks, Big Show. Yeah, I think a show told me about him early on.
Yep.
I thought he was actually going to be Shanahan's choice, actually.
He was 6 out of 9 for 82 yards and a touchdown. Ran for 46.
Those are good percentages for running. I mean, if you're going to run and you still went 6 for 9, now the defense has to play you with respect because quarterbacks who don't know how to hit a target but run a lot, they're not going to get any respect, and they're going to get nailed.
Yeah. Today, Yannick Ngakoue signed a 1-year, $10.5 million deal with the Bears. You said Chicago was the team. Yeah, you said that about a month ago.
Because Chicago needs some defense and they need an offensive line. They need the trenches actually basically built up. And now he's got a tight end.
Well,
who's a tight end in Chicago they just signed this year?
Oh, Robert Tonyan from Green Bay. Remember Green Bay lost? He's an all-pro.
Yes.
But Green Bay got 2 of the 5 best tight ends in the draft to replace him.
Oh, man. And now they gave him to, Justin Fields is going to look better than people think this year. I got a feeling. Because he's still getting rode off. We'll see.
Yeah, but I still think the Bears going to finish in last, like I was telling you before. But I think they're going to win more.
Green Bay's going to beat him up. I know you picked Green Bay.
Yeah, and Minnesota's going to slip, but, Green Bay and Detroit in that division. And Minnesota, Minnesota's offensive line is good. I like their offensive line, but Chicago, the beef out of Chicago is that you remember they traded for that wide receiver from the Steelers last year during the season. What's his name? Chase Claypool.
Oh, Oh, that's right. That's the deal that made me fall off my chair. You guys got rid of Claypool? Wow, you could have gave him to us. That's.
Yep, he's their number 2 with the Bears, and you know the Bears got DJ Moore also in free agency.
I know. I understand him and Justin. Pick. Yeah, they got a good rapport going on over there too.
Yep. So they got them 2 receivers. They got Tunyon, the tight end, and they also got that tight end they drafted a couple years ago, Cole Hamet out of Notre Dame. One thing that Notre Dame has is good offensive linemen and tight ends out of Notre Dame.
Yeah, offensive linemen, they're becoming notoriously famous for that. Okay, so the Bears are building something there. And so Tony, so you gonna stick to your guns? Because, I thought the Bears might have a shot. And we both agree that Minnesota's not going anywhere. And we both agree that Detroit is no longer a joke. Barely. But, but still. Green Bay, Detroit, and Chicago is a dark horse. Tony, you going to stick with Green Bay?
Yeah, Ronbo. They got those former first-rounders and Pro Bowlers on their defense. I like Green Bay.
All right.
I like Green Bay's young receivers. Their entire offensive line is back. So they only lost the tight end who went to the Bears and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Everybody else is back for Green Bay.
I hate to say this, Tony, but it's going to be Detroit versus Green Bay. But between those 2 teams, that's going to be equal to SummerSlam. That's going to be.
Green Bay's defense is going to be the deciding factor, in my opinion.
Yeah. Because Detroit's now got a little taste of blood.
What was that about taste of blood?
Yeah, Detroit's got a little taste of blood. Now they're aware of their capabilities, and confidence is like a bigger part of the equation. Now they know what they're capable of doing, and they're liable to be dangerous. I was a little concerned about them last year because as I watched some games, I says, damn, well, they're just rolling that offense with no problem whatsoever, and that defense ain't that bad. They beat a couple of teams that I didn't think they had any business beating, and then they butt handed to them. Who was that playoff game that they got beat up? And I was surprised.
They beat Green Bay the last week of the season. I remember that in Green Bay.
Right. What happened after that, the next week? Because I thought it was going to be a close matchup.
Detroit didn't play in the playoffs last year.
Okay.
They missed it.
They lost to somebody.
They missed it because the Rams didn't seal the deal against Seattle. Remember the Rams was beating Seattle last week of the season, and then Seattle came back on them.
Yep.
Master Baker Mayfield throwing picks again.
Yeah. 5-12. 5-12.
Yep. They was winning the game.
Yeah, I know.
The game late in the fourth quarter.
No, that's what bad teams do, and they're a bad
team.
Yeah. And it's gonna be worse this year too, because they had at least some talent last year. And now they don't have any talent. So the paper bag derby.
Go
ahead.
Especially on defense.
Yeah.
Their defense is going to be the worst defense in football. Like you said, Aaron Donald's going to tweak something, or pull something so he can get out of there.
Yeah. And doing those kind of injuries, it keeps lingering all year long.
Yep.
Why would Donald go out looking bad? If he should have quit after the Super Bowl, but he went last year. He got looked bad and he got hurt. But Aaron said, "Well, I ain't gonna be out here looking bad. I'm gonna be on this team, looking bad, but I'm gonna be sitting on the sideline because my leg is hurting." Really? No, but I ain't going back
with a
out
bunch
there,
of
man.
6th round, 5th, 6th, and 7th round picks and 3 undrafted free agents on your side and behind you. Come on.
You get him killed.
Ronbo, in other news, the Jonathan Taylor thing that's going on. The Indianapolis Colts signed running back Kenyon Drake, who used to be with Baltimore. He was a free agent. Used to be with Baltimore. He's going to be their starting running back. And 3 players got their suspensions today. One of them was very, very unfair, which I'll talk about in a minute. One of them was, and Gene D had left the chat. I was going to ask him why. That one of their receivers, their former 2nd-round pick, Dwayne Eskridge, got suspended for 6 games. Something about some conduct.
Yeah.
And what did Charles Omenihu do? Because he got suspended today for 6 games.
Okay, but they
first 6
never
games from KC.
revealed exactly what he did. And he was also allowed to come back and play. There was nobody saying anything. And they didn't say whether it was domestic violence or conduct could include some kind of public altercation, which, of course, the NFL frowns upon. So they didn't indicate yet what he did. I'm going to Google that up again. Maybe they'll give you some details now as to what exactly he got charged with.
Well, they suspended him for 6 games.
I know.
It came out today, 6 games.
I saw
him
that.
and Dwayne Eskridge of Seattle. And
but over in Nolans, I saw the
that's
guy's
not fair.
I saw the guy's face beat to a pulp.
Yep.
And they gave
Kamara and
Kamara
his
3 games.
And his boys. Yep. He only get 3 games. That's not right. And you know I hate New Orleans. We have a dirty team. That's not right. How he gonna get 3 games? Did you see that guy's face? That fight
I did.
in Las Vegas.
It was scary.
Yeah.
And 3
He only get 3 games.
You know what? They may have settled. I imagine they gave that guy a lot of money. But
They said they settled. They said.
Yeah. So Imanu and the other guy must not have done so. So the league says, okay, well, you guys are not going to embarrass the NFL. And people are not going to say that the NFL doesn't care. 6 games, and we'll see you in the middle of October. God.
That hurts KC a little bit because they got him. Monty he was supposed to start.
Yeah.
Since what's his name left free agency to Denver.
You know,
now they can't depend on him for 6 games.
It's crazy. Well, Tony.
So Ronbo, y'all signed Taco Charlton, huh?
Yeah. Wilkes loves him right now. I don't know come cut day, but Wilkes says he's out there playing hard, fast. He's 100 miles an hour all the time. He's making plays. He doesn't know the playbook really well yet, but if you're going to join a team at this point in the season and you don't know the playbook, that's okay. We'll see.
So for your backup defensive ends, you got former great college players at defensive end, Taco Charlton out of Michigan, Marlon Davidson out of Auburn, and Cleveland Farrell out of Clemson. Those are great college players.
I know.
Y'all got them all.
Right.
Y'all defensive line coach going to work with them.
Yeah, I was going to say, and we got one of the best defensive line coaches probably ever. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who rises to the top. All them first-round picks.
And you're not asking none of them to start either.
No. So they're not under any pressure. Just go out there and have fun. Do your job. Tell them we got to go. And I can't wait to get back to you. And have a great day.
Great depth pieces, Ronbo. Like I said, if you can get 3 to 4 sacks out of those guys, and then you got your starters, and then you got Javon Kinlaw coming off the bench too, who's looking good.
Yeah.
Watch out for San Francisco.
I tell you, that defensive line. And earlier Brian mentioned the 49ers are thinking about going a 5-man front.
Oh, Ronbo, last thing, bad news for my Atlanta Falcons. Our number 2 corner that we traded for, Jeff Okuda, former first-round pick.
Yeah.
He hurt his ankle. We get an MRI. It may be bad, but we got we're deep at corner. We got Mike Hughes, the former first-round pick,
That's
also.
Right. You mentioned that.
And we got a couple other guys.
So I'm looking for the Falcons to make a resurgence this year. Like there's always 2 or 3 teams that you didn't see coming. I already picked the Falcons doing that. Last year I thought you guys were going to have a better showing too, and you were doing good until all of a sudden things kind of shifted back and forth. But that's what happens when you got a new quarterback coming in from the beginning of the season. Team has to acclimate. Continuity has to be developed. There's got to be some cohesion out there. So you should have that stuff ironed out now. So.
And remember what I told you about Kyle Pitts possibly playing the number 2 receiver.
See, don't mention Kyle Pitts. You know how I had a crush on that pick, Tony. And you got Tony. I remember I told Tony about it. Tony, oh yeah, no big deal. I said, Tony, that guy's Kyle damn Pitts, man. The dude is 6. Oh, hey, how tall is Kyle Pitts?
6'4", 6'3", 6'4".
And the dude in college tape. Look, he's out there playing against little children. He will work in the NFL really easily. He'll make that segue. So I look for Pitts to be
down on the goal line at the University of Florida. He runs this route called a pivot route, Arthur Smith needs to implement that into the Falcons playbook. Kyle Pitts I've seen him run that pivot route better than anybody. It's like a power forward. You go straight down, you turn one way, stop and pivot the other way, then the ball's there.
And he does that turns on a dime. And as far as
yes, he does.
Winning at the peak of the leap, he's going to win. What is that dude's loud? Damn, he gets up. Oh, he looks like an NBA player. I mean, that boy's got hops and all that size, too. And he's strong.
Yep.
Whew. That's why.
And Matt Ryan came to our training camp today with his 2 twin boys, Ronbo. It was cute.
Matt Ryan?
Check out the guys. He misses it. I know he's going into the booth working for CBS, but I can tell he misses it already.
Of course.
Yep.
All right, Tony. We're out of here. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll see you later on in the week.
I'll see you later on in the week, sir. Have a good one.
You too. All right, Tony.
Take care.
Kyle Pitts. All right. Oh, Rodney Williams. Can you see Bosa getting traded if a deal? No, Rodney. Don't talk like that. No. God, no. There is no value I'm going to get back. I mean, if they gave me 3 first-round picks, it is not going to. Every year I got to. Oh God, we got to get a DE this year with pick number 30, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. No. Oh no, Rodney. Rest assured, Nick will get signed soon. We need to roll Big Show. There was another one in here because Mr. Block Ice. Do preseason games is more than a game. I remember, Mr. Block, I didn't mean to miss that. But I did see your note saying, what do you think about my super chat? Yeah. We're still chatting. Locate. Big Show. We got that one. It's ahead of Big Show. Go up. Anyway, okay. Pretty much I can kind of see it from here. Do preseason games is more than a game. Pure hate. But you know what, though? The bad thing about those games, they don't include players that have been established on the team already, Mr. Block Ice. There's no hate. Well, no. Because if you're playing another team that's playing their candidates to get on the team, you look at that player as somebody who's trying to take food off your table. Maybe there's a measure of hate there. He's not going to stop me from getting done what I want to get done. So today, I eliminate him before he eliminates my future. Could be. Because we got guys in camp do that. That's why it's not a safe thing to put your starters out there during this particular time. Because guys are playing for survival to be on the team. So if I got him going all out trying to kill people to make the team, I cannot afford for him to succeed in doing that against one of my blue chip ball players. You can do it against other guys like yourself that are trying to make it in the NFL. Yeah. So I don't expect to see any starters in Vegas. But it's going to be fun just to watch football again. So we got the dress rehearsal game. That's going to be worth watching because they've got to put guys out there to see where they are and what they might need to work on before week 1. Anyway, fam, we're going to go ahead and call it a night, and we'll see you. I'm not sure when I'm getting back, fam. I got something I can't get out of. The season hasn't started yet, so it's a good thing. We'll not miss any of that. Trying to get back for that game. Yeah. Anyway, fam, keep an eye. Keep an eye. I'll be looking for you in just a little bit. Meanwhile, thanks for the contributions as usual, fam, so much. Please subscribe. And let me find you later on when we get ready to talk some 49 football. And hit that like.